AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
You made it. It's Thursday, and this is R&R. Like a nice warm blanket on a cold winter's morn. You get Rudy J.
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing this fine Thursday morning?
I walked out to ice on my back stairs and ice on my car.
Did you warn the missus?
I sent a text back to the mothership to ensure she does not slip and fall down the back stairs, as she has in the past. We all have. I've got a back door that leads to stairs, and they're not concrete. They go off like they're off on a deck, so they're wooden stairs, and they ice over fast.
So do you salt them?
No, I don't salt them. I've used this like indoor-outdoor carpet. But I was doing some stuff recently, and the carpet, it wasn't there. It's not on there. I need to replace it, quite frankly, and it's been off. So the stairs this morning were covered with ice. That first step can be a doozy in the morning. It'll wake you up. Luckily, I caught myself because I put my hand on the rail and I felt the ice right then, so I didn't.
So do you have a camera right there so I can see the video of you almost falling?
I've lost my footing but never fallen. My wife has told me that she's taken a fall. She's taking
That's
the
scary,
slip.
man.
Oh man, you could really hurt yourself. So yeah, if that happens, I need to make. And of course, I felt it and it was so cold I didn't take the time to fix it. I didn't find. I just.
You were trying to get in the car.
Go out the front door.
You can start your car from inside, though, right? You have that car?
No, I'm not fancy enough to have
I know.
that. James has it.
He's just nice and warm when you get up in there, nice and toasty, like a Pop-Tart.
Do you park out? See, I park outside, too.
Me, too. My garage has been taken over by stuff we don't want.
So, yeah, the leftovers.
It's funny, though. When I first moved in, like the first few years, I was laughing at all the people like, man, why do they keep their garage like that? And we were parking in our garage. They were laughing. Then you start accumulating stuff and one thing goes in the garage and the next thing you know, it's 50. I need to go to 1-800-JUNK-IT or something.
Well, the secret
I need to throw
to that
a bunch of that stuff away, dude.
Is move a couple of times.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of some stuff, move.
Yeah, because then you eventually, I don't want that.
I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I've moved a couple of times over the last 10 years. So I pared down my stuff pretty good.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean I have room in the garage.
Oh, you do?
No, I don't. No. I have kind of a carport kind of thing.
I like the carport.
Yeah, it's all right. But the back end sticks out. So the back end gets covered in ice or whatever. Because I got stuff in the carport too. I'm not a hoarder.
Pledge. You all right?
Yeah. So I was headed toward taking a fall. And for those of you that are watching us live, and I do recommend using your devices, whatever those devices might be, to watch this show live, either on, you can look for SA Sports Star, and you can find it either on our Twitter feed. You can go to YouTube, which really, that's our preferred method because it's a great way to interact with us. But you can do it via Facebook as well, or SASportsStar.com. Either one of those streams, you can see us live. And, it's worthy just to see Rudy every morning. But this morning, we got oh, gosh, James, don't do that. James is exhibiting a Rocky Balboa moment, or as he called it, a Harry Potter moment. I walk in this morning, and normally when James has come in the past, he beats me to work. Right. So now I feel like it's a competition. I want to beat him.
Still beat you.
Yeah, he did. He beat me, and this makes it even worse because he beat me with blood on his hands. When I got here, I saw his car, and I was like, rats, I got here at 5:07, and he is already here. Mm-hmm. So I walk in like, oh yeah, you got me. But I didn't see him. He wasn't in his production studio, but we had other issues. So I thought he was down the hall. I sit down, I'm going to go see him. I start doing some work. 5:15 comes, still don't see him, but I know his car's here. And then he comes walking in, and first thing he says, man, I Harry Pottered myself, holding a washcloth that is now red with blood. And I'll let James take the story from here.
Bro, what happened? What did you do? I don't need to see the blood in the cut. I just need to know what happened.
Blood on a Texans towel. There's nothing more appropriate.
That's appropriate.
JJ Watt.
Yeah.
So I was in a hurry this morning, workout, trying to get everything ready, but, also trying to adapt to my new schedule in terms of getting out of the house on time to get here on time to get everything done. And figuring out when I can do things at night, when I have to do things in the morning on top of my workout. And my roommate has cats, so I'm trying to empty the litter box because it's full, and that bothers me.
And it's going to sit there all day and explode on you when you open the bathroom door tonight.
And so,
why is her cat's litter box in your bathroom?
There's
might
one
be the
in
question.
each.
What? How many? Oh, so you have 2 cats?
She has 2 cats. Yeah.
Well, no, you have 2 cats too. If you've got a litter box in your bathroom, you got a cat.
Facts.
If you act like when I move out, I'm getting either or
well, no.
either.
I have a ward of the court myself, so I'm in the same boat.
But I broke the towel rack in my bathroom.
So you have the 2 metal shower rod holders, but not the rod itself.
Yes.
Okay.
And as I'm bending over to put some more litter into the box after cleaning it out in a hurry, as I'm trying to get out the door to get here to get
beat
everything
me to
done.
work, because
Well,
there is some glory in that, I guess.
I've just got a lot to do, especially now with the mothership's main computer down.
Fact.
There's just a lot to do, and I got to do it a different way, and it takes longer.
And now you had to do it with blood in your eyes.
Yeah. I
came up too
my
quick.
sink came red. I went down too quick.
So you bent down and gashed the 1-inch cut, a Harry Potter-esque lightning bolt on your forehead.
No, that's
straight down.
Straight down.
It was bleeding like nothing I'd ever seen, probably since I cut a ligament on a beer bottle in my.
Did you cry? Tell the truth.
No.
No, I wouldn't be mad at you, bro.
No, I didn't.
How on a 1 to 10, an angry face to a smiley face, pain management.
Yeah.
Where did that land on the pain management scale?
Pain was probably like a 3.
Only about a 3. Okay, so
But
it hurt, but not terrible.
It was more so the
amount of blood
I was seeing on top of just the sheer shock of, is this gonna scar?
Okay, well, it's going to scar. I got some bad news. You're going to add some character to your face.
I don't want to.
I'm no medical professional, and I have, in fact, when you raised 2 boys, treated a fair amount of wounds over my days. And I've used super glue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than willing to offer my services.
I don't know who
should
told
I be
you
going
that.
to the doctor?
Yeah, I don't know who told you to use super glue though.
Hockey.
Football, dude,
guys.
you're not a hockey player.
But I'm also not made of money. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think this is? A money factory?
Yeah. I don't know what you think.
Touche.
I don't know what you think I make, but doctors are not in the realm.
And you go to the doctor and there's bruises and cuts and people start asking questions. You just take care of it at home. You know what I mean?
Well, we could band together as the star and stitch you up.
I think we could figure something out around the
But I
house.
would get some stitches because I have a head gash and I never got stitches for it, and it's scarred, but I'm still
adds
pretty.
Character.
Yeah, I'm still pretty. You can still be pretty with the scar. I'm still pretty.
You can still be
fighting
pretty
an
with a
uphill battle
scar.
as it is.
No, you pretty, man. You be all right. And there's it's a topic of conversation. What happened to your head? The ladies feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
I gashed my head picking up kitty litter.
Dumb.
The best thing you can do today is go to Root Pub with the Band-Aid on your head.
Oh,
Everybody will be buying you drinks.
But please, I appreciate gathering sympathy, but I don't want to see it again. And this goes to anybody on Facebook. I don't want to see your wound. See, don't do that. I've
seen people post their wounds.
Don't post your wound, the recovery.
Dude, that's bad.
See, cut me, Mick.
That's bad.
That's a half moon. I think you're now part of the.
That's stitches for sure.
Puff.
Is that stitches?
That's stitches, bro. I don't know how much I don't know how much your insurance covers of what you have to pay in that situation.
Oh, we got guys.
Oh, we got a guy?
We got a guy?
So let's say I commit a robbery, I get shot. Do you got a guy for me, Rob?
We got guys.
It
might not necessarily be a doctor. It might be a veterinarian or someone who knows a doctor or veterinarian that would treat you. But we got guys.
Go back, Pledge. We got a guy that says he'll make a house call, Rob.
I'm not sure what our
boss
premises insurance is like, but hosting itinerant medical professionals to offer stitches in a production studio might be frowned upon by my
Rob,
suits.
but they said content.
That's
Let's
content.
film it.
A medical procedure in the studio. That would,
if Jason can do a vasectomy on air.
I got a tattoo on air.
See, you got a Jason got a vasectomy. We could stitch.
My brother got one too,
We're
and his
just
got infected.
trusting that people know what they're doing now that comment.
He's a medical
Hey,
guy.
if they're listeners, they're legit. What are you talking about? They've already passed the test.
Like, I'm a rocket scientist.
They're able to log on.
Rob's a lawyer.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night, so I'm an attorney. Rudy, what are you? Soccer coach? No. You are. What would you be? Something overarching.
I am a personal trainer.
There you go. Personal trainer. You've
I
been to
know
a gym in the last
everything and
week.
anything about
You had a
working out.
banana on Monday.
See what I'm saying?
You had a
What
banana.
are you professional? You professional. You're
Leader.
You're a superhero.
Yeah, you are.
You're Iron Man.
Well, he doesn't heal quite like Iron Man.
True.
Well, Iron Man didn't heal. I mean, he still had the arc reactor in his chest.
Yeah, he still didn't have no heart like the Tin Man.
Oh, I was thinking of Wolverine. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He heals.
Yeah, he heals quickly.
Sorry that happened to you, man.
I'm very sorry.
That stinks.
Did you have to go buy the bandages because you had? I often hurt myself and don't have the appropriate bandage.
Well, because
Never.
I don't hurt myself like this often, I just have like 3 boxes of Band-Aids of different sizes.
How old are they? I've got Band-Aids of a certain size that are 20 years old.
If I come here with a Band-Aid on, it's probably going to be frozen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I have a couple of like Flintstones to tell you how old they are.
Rudy's a tire professional.
Automotive. You know what? The tire jokes are tired. All right. Rob, you're laughing and you started this crap. You lucky we're on FCC Airways. I'd be cussing you out. Everybody got tire jokes. This is never going to leave. I'm permanently scarred. Speaking of scars.
Like me.
Yeah.
It is funny though.
Oh, I've got it. Professional jackass guy.
I thought that was a menace.
No, the actual movies.
How did the Terminator
he stitched himself up.
I mean, how was the discussion yesterday regarding the movie The Terminator?
He gave it a B+.
Wow, that was higher than I thought.
Yeah, and he's going to go Terminator 2 next.
We were laughing about the number of true lines that Arnold had in that movie.
It was 17.
So was it 17?
17 lines.
Sarah Connor.
Did
that count as 2 lines or 1? Was it 17 words that he said?
Yeah, I mean, Jimenez said 17 lines.
17 lines, 100 and something words.
Yeah, if that. I don't know how that happened.
That's a good gig.
Great gig.
You can get that.
Shaq's commercials used to be like that. There was a while where Shaq wouldn't talk in his commercials.
And then by the time he'd done his 100th endorsement, he got pretty good at it. That dude will promote anything.
Yeah.
Stop it. There's other actors. There's other people need some money. You don't need to do everything.
Yeah. Then yet 2 days ago, runs into a family of 10 and takes them to get a 15-passenger Mercedes-Benz van.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you were rich, wouldn't you love being able to do that?
That's what he said.
That'd be awesome.
He said that now. Shaq's like, at this point, he says, if I go to Walmart, I'm blessing someone else. He's like, I can't. He's like, what am I going to do with all this?
What a wonderful life you would be living.
Yeah, he
to
was
be
like,
able to just give like that.
Yeah, he goes up to kids like, are you getting good grades? Go pick out a bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's
How
awesome.
awesome a life would you live if you knew that you could just leave the house and just like, blessing, bam, right here. You feeling a little down? Bam, here you go.
He's the male Oprah.
He is. 15-passenger Mercedes-Benz van.
All right, more lines in their movies. Original Shaq, like early on, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Dolph Lundgren.
Lundgren didn't say anything.
I don't think Dolph ever spoke. Pine.
If he dies, he dies.
Well, Mike was in the Hanes commercials just shoulder shrugging. Jordan didn't say much in the Hanes commercials. He's like, yeah. And then Hanes come in, Hanes, no tag, no itch on the back of your small back. Yeah, he is a great guy.
I'd forgotten about the underwear commercials.
Mike didn't say a word in the Hanes commercials.
Did he ever pose in them? I think he did.
No,
he never disposed in his drawers.
I don't think so. Maybe on The Last Dance.
You'd have to pay me a lot, or a little. Shoot.
Wahlberg made a living
That's a different story.
He turned his draws commercials into $100 million.
But I would be approached for an entirely different reason.
Oh yeah, I'd be approached in like, hey.
I'd be approached for like the Tall and Fat magazine.
Yeah.
Look, he doesn't look that bad in
me too.
Kind of picture.
No.
Look, if you put those on him, it doesn't look nearly as bad as he does now.
What are those white like dress gown things that men wear?
I've never worn a gown in my life.
I would, if it was socially acceptable, I'd wear one of those, like a big dashiki.
Yeah, that's a dashiki.
The ones your grandma used to wear?
No. I'm talking about the vibrant, like Isaac Hayes.
Oh, yeah.
Not a moo-moo.
I'd be out there. I'd look like CeeLo Green. If it was appropriate, you didn't have to put anything on other than a big old dress.
Hey, mama. Yeah, so.
That's living right. Why? Where did that come from?
Oh, I was just wondering, y'all were talking about things that y'all would have to model different than Mark Wahlberg.
That is one thing I would do. As soon as if I hit the lotto, the first thing I do, I'd probably buy like 300 pairs of underwear.
I'd heard
that's a dream of mine.
Well, you know what? When I was a kid,
I want like 300 pairs of drawers.
I read someplace
that's balling.
That Sylvester Stallone would only wear underwear once.
That's what I'm saying.
Wouldn't that be a great life?
That's
like
every day
you're opening up a fresh,
year supply,
soft package of
a year supply, fresh every time. That's balling.
What about socks?
Socks, yeah, I am very particular about my socks.
Fresh socks is
brand new
vibe.
Socks is a different vibe.
But
because when fresh socks are awesome. Popping tags on your socks is balling.
But even new socks, I'm particular. I have to.
I felt, you know what? 8 months in, I do notice that you're a sock guy. Your socks be on point.
Well, I'm talking about the comfort side of things.
Yeah, I know you spend them. You don't mind spending a little extra on socks.
That matters. So I don't go like,
you don't mess around with the sock game.
I like I found the diabetes kind of socks. If you're going to go low end, last longer and are much more comfortable. They never get hard. I hate those. You know when the socks get warm. I hate that. Sucks. You want to talk some sports today?
Not really.
Are there any going on? Have we checked?
No, man. We're embracing. Because we're anti-Aaron Rodgers.
Why?
NBA is barely back.
They're kicking tonight.
That's the golden spigot, man.
I watched Aaron Rodgers is the gift that keeps on giving, and we will give some more of that. We will re-gift it to you once again today.
We're not McAfee.
No, but we endeavor to be.
Yeah.
I endeavor to put on a black tank top and some chains and scream.
I mean, I wear the sleeveless tanks.
Is he the first radio guy, TV guy with the uniform?
Probably.
Do you remember anybody else that has something that they have to wear every day?
No, then he's got to be of the latest generation. Yeah, of the multi-dimensional celebrity. He is the first.
Because I saw him every day at Radio Row. He wore that black tank top every day. Well, different one, of course, but still.
Well, we don't know.
To be fair, that's kind of my outfit on Saturday morning.
Yeah, but it's not Monday through Saturday. If it was Monday through Saturday, we'd have a talk. Because I don't want to see your arms all week.
Yeah, we don't.
Even as nice as they are. They're nice.
I don't need to see any man's underarm unless I'm at a pool or on a court.
Facts.
I mean, in a pool or on a court, it is acceptable. In a gym, yeah, I guess inside a facility where which you are doing something that will cause you to sweat. That's the only time I want to see your underarms. And with that in mind, I wonder if we'll see Troy Aikman's underarms on Monday nights. That's a terrible transition. I did my best.
Damn. It's a good try.
I swung for the fences. Troy Aikman news. As he's coming to San Antonio, he'll be at the Rue Pub tomorrow as he makes the rounds promoting his brand new beer. You know, he was in San Antonio with us about a month ago with the debut of his beer out at 8 out at Topgolf. And we had a chance to kind of sit around prior to his coming on. We had him for a good long time. If you missed any of it,
damn near 30 minutes.
Yeah, go to sasportstar.com. It was one of the more conversational times we've had with Troy because I think, as he mentioned, he was in some tall cotton, as my father would say, because he even mentioned then that we brought up the fact that Amazon had been mentioned for him to kind of jump after his Fox
Jason
contract
asked
was
him
done.
about it. He didn't run.
And he didn't run. He said, in fact, there's been kind of a new player. Well, I wonder if it was ESPN, because word comes down out of the New York Post today, that ESPN is probably going to offer him a pretty significant deal to move to Monday night. They also mentioned in the article in the Post, I want to make sure I pull up to give you the credit, give credit to who wrote it. It's the typical Andrew Merchant, who is the typical media reporter for the Post, said they will also chase Joe Buck to bring him to Monday night.
They're a great team.
So when I bring that up, the first thing, Rudy, you said was they better upgrade the games. NFL, if I'm ESPN, ABC, Disney, the umbrella, if I'm going to spend all this money on Troy, which has ended up costing me at least $11 million a year, because Troy gets Tony Romo gets 10 or 18. I'm sorry, 18 million a year. It's going to cost you 18 and 1.
He's not better than Romo, though.
But
on the field
I
or
don't
off.
care. I don't care. I'm next up. that's what happens.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep moving on. I don't want to derail it into one of our typical low-hanging fruits. Who's better?
We can do that.
We'll
after
get
the
there.
I don't want to
headlines.
do that.
We'll get there
I'm
quickly.
just stating facts.
Hey, it's our birthday. We're celebrating an anniversary today. I don't know what you're doing for lunch, but go ahead and plan on heading over and having lunch with Mike Jimenez in halftime at the Roo Pub. We're going to be there all day long, noon to 2, 4 to 7, in between emergency room visits and hospital attendance.
Man,
we're going to be out there for the day.
My guy.
I brought this on myself.
It's all good.
Harry Potter has your headlines. We call them the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210.
HB.
Man, before we get started, I want to give some love not only to James. This is his second day in the mornings. First day, he walks in here to boot up everything. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but we all can think. Everything blows up. We'll leave it at that.
Including his forehead.
Just saying, yeah. Well, then the second day, he permanently disfigures his face. And it's not a bad thing.
They come in threes,
They
James.
come in
You got
threes.
one more.
You got one more.
No.
I'd check your tires before you drive off today.
Oh.
But I
Come in threes.
also work with a Jason Minix who had an literal exploding, what's that little piece of thing that we don't need that everybody has to have taken out? What did Minix have to have removed?
Oh, his gallbladder?
It was his it was his gallbladder. His gallbladder is literally headed towards septic explosion. And I can't get him out of the studio to do a high school football game. Literally, he sat there and did the game, and within 5 hours, had his gallbladder removed.
I mean, we're kind of cut from the same
That
cloth.
is dedication to a gig, the likes of which I cannot say I'm wholly impressed, but your priorities are way, way out of whack, and I'm saying that as your boss.
I'm aware.
I'm Anthony Davis. I'm running to the training room. I'm out 2 weeks.
You've got life balance that we need to
I'm
address.
Anthony Davis, though. It's not that serious.
I'm pouring blood out. I'm calling in. I love you.
I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah, we'll fix this, man. But we're going to get you fixed today.
Yes.
And then we're going to thin your blood with a fair amount of Miller
It
Lite.
was his appendix.
No, it was his
The
gallbladder.
was
good
his
folks at
gallbladder.
Glazers are going to be out at the Roo Pub all day long with serious swag. So come out and join us. It's going to be a great day as we celebrate 14 wonderful years of the Zone and ESPN San Antonio, and now the final iteration, the growth, the butterfly that came from the caterpillar, SanAntonioSportsStar.com. What we do is offer you headlines. Let's do it right now.
Headline 2.
We'll start things off with the day after their big settlement win for equal pay. The U.S. women's national team beat Iceland in frigid Frisco,
see the weather?
Texas.
It was crazy.
5-0, finishing first in the 2022 She Believes Cup. Mallory Pugh and Katerina Macario each scored 2 goals in the win.
I think, first of all, we know we're going to beat Iceland. We know we're going to be number one. We know we're probably going to win the World
Iceland.
Cup. I think the news out of the women's world today, Pledge, for me, is Hope Solo.
I'm glad you brought that up because headline 1.
Go ahead, let's get to it.
Headline 1.
Not everyone was happy about that win for
good.
the U.S. women's national team decision, as Hope Solo said it wasn't a huge win, calling the equal pay settlement, quote, heartbreaking and infuriating, end quote, expressing skepticism regarding U.S. soccer's promise to provide identical compensation to the men's and women's national teams going forward. A promise of equal pay from the federation and back pay for a select group of players isn't equal pay, and it's not what this fight is about, Solo wrote in a long Instagram and Twitter post.
If that's how she feels, I feel like there's probably more women that feel that way that are part of the whole U.S. women's national team umbrella. We can sit outside of the umbrella and say, "Oh, be quiet, take what you get." But if they feel like that, who am I to argue? Now, Hope is a firecracker now.
Yeah,
Hope is a firecracker, and she don't bite her tongue, and she got hands. Then she beat up a dude a few years back and got charged with domestic violence. So Hope ain't no joke. So if Hope got something to say,
she was a goalie, right?
It was Jeremy Stevens, wasn't it?
Yeah, if Hope
She's put on those big old oven mitts.
I ain't going. I'm not going. I don't want no smoke, Hope. I don't want no smoke.
Beat up with hamburger helper
But
hands.
I knew when they were at 67 and came in at 24, I was like, wait a minute. Remember I asked you yesterday as the lawyer of our show, like, and you were like, hey, you start high and then but I kind of felt this was coming.
Yeah,
I just didn't know from who.
This wasn't her lawsuit. It was a group of women.
Right.
And obviously by the attorneys, there was a poll taken and more decided to settle because there's a couple things in play here. There's the bird in the hand syndrome. This is guaranteed money.
Yeah.
You never know what could happen at a trial. You never know. You are standing in right, but sometimes right don't win. It's not called the fairness system. It's called the justice system.
Amen.
So you have a bird in the hand, and the precedent was set. Now, I think Solo is also a little concerned about the request or the demand from the U.S. Soccer Federation or whatever it is, that there be a collective bargaining agreement put into place. And there was some concern whether the women should jump into that. And I think Solo is a little concerned there. And I do think that there's some things to be ironed out. But the precedent has been set. And there's no way you're going to be able to back off if you're the federation of equal pay. You're just not going to be able to get around that. And now you can, and Hope Solo is obviously and rightfully concerned. Will they back it up? Well, I think they're in a situation where they kind of have to. Yeah. This was a settlement that must be followed. That's been signed off by a judge, or at least that's the intent. So I think her worries are just, but I think not founded enough to say they shouldn't have signed the deal.
Right.
But there was some money involved, and nobody's ever going to be happy. That's why that's the best scenario. If everybody's upset, then you got the right answer in my mind when you come to a mediation. Moving on.
Headline 0.
And finally, let's see if you can catch the theme in this segment. The Champions League final in Russia is set to be moved by UEFA, according to sources. UEFA is stripping St. Petersburg of the hosting rights for 2022 Champions League final after calling an extraordinary meeting of its executive committee following Russia's attacks early this morning on Ukraine.
Duh. We said yesterday this was getting moved. We're like, well, we're going to see. What do you mean you're going to see? What are you waiting for? Of course they moved it.
And we can't deny the situation that's happening in our world.
Yes,
as we awake this morning.
Sad day today.
Russia has, by the Ukrainian estimation, launched a full-scale attack, not just on those provinces that kind of leaned toward being Russian anyway. It seems like they're all over the country, and that's scary days. Those of us that lived through the Cold War and saw what the Soviet Union was like, it's hard to fathom that we're dealing with this again. But here we sit, batten down the hatches. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Start carpooling.
He's coming to San Antonio tomorrow. He'll be at the Rue Pub. His name is Troy Aikman, and he might be on a new channel near you. His Fox contract is up. Everybody wants him. Jeff Bezos at Amazon likes him. So we were told.
Jeff Bezos likes to party.
Likes to party a little bit.
We never knew until he got divorced. He's a whole different person.
Ooh, the settlement involved there was tremendous.
It's almost like your ex-wife, like, that's who you are? Why didn't you tell me? We might have stayed together.
You wasted this.
We might have stayed together. I didn't know you liked to party, Jeff. Why didn't you tell me? Communication.
Well, Troy could be headed to Monday night. Is he going to take Joe Buck with him? And who's going to sit in on Sunday night? As Al Michaels seems to be imminent to retire. I got a question too. Shuffling the deck that is our consumptive football pleasure. We'll talk about where Troy's going to land and who you'd like to see on Mondays and Thursdays and Sundays and all the different opportunities to watch football as our menu improves. Let's talk some football next. We're glad you're with us. You are on R&R. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
In college basketball, the 20th ranked Texas Longhorns beat the TCU Horned Frogs 75-66 behind Andrew Jones' 21 points, his third straight 20-point performance. Chris Beard has Texas at 20-8 on the season, their first 20-win season since 2016. The Texas State Bobcats beat South Alabama 55-52, improving to 20-6, leading the Sun Belt at 11-3. Tonight, the UTSA Roadrunners welcome the UAB Blazers into the Convocation Center with a tip-off set for 7, while the Incarnate Word Cardinals take on Houston Baptist at 7 as well. Finally, in soccer, the U.S. women's national team defeated Iceland 5-0 in frigid Frisco, finishing first in the 2022 She Believes Cup. the San Antonio sports star, I'm Rudy J.
Hi, everyone. Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats here. When you bring a package of our smoked sausage home, keep it simple. It's handcrafted in small batches and fully cooked, so you can just heat it up and enjoy. My favorite way to eat it is on a bun with mustard or wrapped in a tortilla. Try some from a store near you today, and if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
Yes, I'm so sorry about the wait, ma'am. I'll be with you shortly. Carrie, how many appointments did we book at 2:30?
Jin's physical therapy clinic is pretty stretched. He needs another PT before patients get bent out of shape.
You get fresh ice pack from Miss Davis's knee.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
To demonstrate the power of Cricket Nationwide 5G, we brought in this monster truck. And to tell you Cricket 5G is available on every plan at no extra charge, we brought in this fleet of monster trucks. Now that's power! Get powerful nationwide 5G on all plans at no extra charge. Plus a Cricket Dream 5G phone free when you switch. Tastes like power too. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must bring your number to Cricket on a $60 a month plan. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and other restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
At Panera, you can say yes to both of your cravings. We call it You Pick Two. And with over 465 pairings, you'll find a meal sure to satisfy any mood. Are you feeling both fresh and fun? Pick our Fuji apple salad with a new Thai chicken soup. Or maybe you're feeling classic and bold. Pair some creamy mac and cheese with our new Citrus Asian Crunch salad. Pick your perfect pair and order a You Pick Two today. Panera, the familiar made fantastic.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks. Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. Score sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, cheap shots, and freezing cold 29-degree draft brews. With select apps available for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks Happy Hour is the move.
Well, Joel, it's my favorite time of the year.
Half off at the Short and Ugly store?
No, and that hurt. It's rodeo time, and I've got the best quarter moon marketing idea ever.
Here we go again.
It's all about branding. So I've got this. It's called a branding iron.
Nigel, have you lost your mind? Do you even know how a branding iron works?
Well, sort of.
Folks, you don't need a branding iron to remember Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Just remember our phone number, 651-5899. When your home's AC or heater gets sick like Nigel on a rodeo merry-go-round, give us a call. We can set up a maintenance plan that won't leave you burned. Quarter Moon has the expertise, local talent, and fast, reliable service.
So how does the branding iron work?
Well, are those new pants?
Yes. Why?
Turn around.
Turn around my...
License number M13229 TACLA 000743435E.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Sports breakfast for your ears. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
Wow. R&R. Bring it on back. Rudy J. Rob Thompson. James Pledger. Patched and comfortable. We're convincing him to go to see a medical professional.
Yeah.
Please do the same. Reach out to him.
You send him your love.
Send him your love.
What's your Cash App as your name so we could get the money for the stitches?
We got a GoFundMe page. All we need is probably 3 stitches. What do you figure? $75?
You think that's 3?
I think that's about 6.
Well, if we go to the plastic surgeon-esque, we'll do our best to have no scars. It's probably like 10 or 12
and what they dissolve now, right?
I think so.
The stitches dissolve, so you don't have to go back.
Dude, don't do that. Don't show your wound.
That's it. We're done.
We're not. You don't. I hate that. All I need to see is a Band-Aid. I know that there's something gruesome from behind it. I don't need to see an oozing wound, and that goes for all social media. Troy Aikman appears to be headed to Monday night.
This type of stuff don't leak unless it's pretty much almost a done deal.
According to Andrew Marchand's article in the New York Post yesterday, it appears that he will be bolting from Fox as his contract has expired and head toward Disney. Now, the real interesting part of this is how much is Disney going to pay him? Now, keep in mind, Disney's and ABC and ESPN have been searching for a Monday night guy to really replace Gruden since he left. They've tried iterations where they put Boogie in a van. Booger in a van. We had spray on Jason Witten. We had, some feeble attempts on Monday night.
Out. I really thought y'all were way too hard on Witten. I don't think Witten, people were acting like
he was pulling rabbits out of his ears, whatever that was.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was awful. Well, you know why we were hard on him? He didn't deserve it.
He didn't deserve the job.
The dude literally was not ready.
Oh, okay.
And Romo was a savant. Romo was like a generational LeBron James. He was born to it. I don't know why or how, but Romo just sat down and was expert level from the get-go.
Now, this is my question for you, Rob. You keep your ear to the streets on this type of thing more than I do. So, when Mondays with the Moose returns next year, will he be in the first team slot? Are they going to just move him up, or are they going to find some other hot shots?
Probably find a hot shot.
To me, that's the story. Because, he goes ESPN, whatever. Who replaces them? Because that's Fox has got to be scrambling today.
Oh, yeah.
Who are we going to do? Because I would think, because Moose is second team, right? Is Moose second team?
I think
Moose is second team.
I think he's third.
I think he's actually
behind who?
Greg Olson, who's really good, actually.
Greg Olson is a rock star, but Greg Olson could easily be gone for Amazon. And I think this is the crux of this story.
Okay.
Is that that Romo was the beginning of a precedent that networks are now paying huge amount of money for the content for live play-by-play. And to augment that, they got to have personalities to run along with it. And Romo was born to it. And he's getting paid $17.5 million to do exactly what he's doing, a little bit over that.
That's crazy.
With Aikman taking a new gig and leaving Fox, and with Al Michaels getting ready to leave, and talk that Chris Collinsworth could be out as well. And then you've got Drew Brees, who could be a free agent and move a little bit as well. You've got a lot of TV talent that could be shuffling. And I do think that you need to throw Tom Brady into this mix. And we're going to talk about Tom Brady. Yeah, I'm telling you,
Rob,
his future's in front of a camera. It is. I just don't know how it's going to be.
Well, with that hair and that face, yes, but I don't know if he wants to do color.
Not color, but I do think where he lands will cause a ripple effect down.
Now, you want to talk about not that good? Drew is not that good in studio.
No, he's not.
He's not that good in studio. He's not. He's not.
But if you're his agent, because he's not that good, but he is a name in a chaotic situation, you go get him a deal and say he'll grow into it. If Witten was out and available to do this right now, he'd be being chased because there's a lot of chairs to be filled, and this doesn't happen very often. So people are going to be charging to get these primo into the line, final aspiration kind of jobs. So with Troy moving to Monday night, I think there's a ripple effect there. But also, you brought it up. Now, if I'm Disney and I'm negotiating my deal with the NFL as I'm looking forward, you better give me some prime games.
Some of those Sunday night games, now that Allen leaving and possibly Chris Collinsworth, maybe now it switches from Sunday night. We go back to Monday because Monday was the premier game for
my life.
And then Sunday night kind of snuck in the back doors like, okay, this is where the primetime game goes. But yeah, Disney has to let Roger and his boys know, hey, I just spent $100 on Troy and Buck.
Can't do no Jacksonville, Carolina game.
I need Mahomes versus Josh Allen. Because that's normally a Sunday night game now. Now, if Josh Allen and Mahomes play each other under normal circumstances Sunday night, now I feel like that has to go to Troy and Joe. But that's a great question. So what happens with the World Series and playoff baseball with Buck?
Well,
Fox is like, they're in a pickle.
They are in a pickle.
Well, not in a pickle. I'm just saying, like, as far as to replace those are they legends? I don't know. That's a big word.
Well, Buck, I think, is closer to a legend in baseball than he is in football.
True.
But who calls baseball? Sadly, if I'm the decision maker, if I'm the head of sports programming at Fox, my third concern on the hierarchy of worries, maybe even the fourth, is who's calling the World Series.
You don't even care? Damn, Rob.
Well, I have bigger concerns. No. As far as where it lands on the economy of my company, where money is coming from or being spent, baseball's kind of down there. It just is. Now, Buck, the reason Buck is so important is I think people tuned in and listened and watched because of Buck on a lot of occasions, because it was an easy listen to a team that you might not have rooted for. But that's the least of my worries, but it is a concern for Fox. It's very interesting, the shuffle that's about to happen.
The person that's throwing the monkey wrenches is Amazon, because they make so much money off of my wife. They can just throw money at any commentator or play-by-play person they want.
But would you be reticent if you're the NFL knowing that this is Thursday night was a huge deal? They grew it into a pretty big deal.
It was all right. Thursdays is the game that everyone gets. Thursdays is NBA TV.
Yeah, kind of. You're exactly right. And it's a big deal in September.
Okay.
Thursday night, that first Thursday night game, that's huge. And that's probably worth half your investment into this whole season, because we look at that first game on Thursday night. The viewership isn't near the Super Bowl, but I guarantee you it's better than the next 3 weeks.
You're 100% right.
So you treat it like that, that's worth half your money because you get the kickoff game. But with Bezos and streaming, you wonder if the NFL minds that be will go, yeah, it's important. And Bezos, we know you're the future, but right now you're getting the Carolina-Jacksonville game.
You're getting Cleveland.
You're getting the color rush. You're getting the color rush where people are tuning in more for the shoes than the plays.
Wasn't the Super Bowl Peacock? You can watch it on Peacock. I know the NFL is Peacock and Amazon now. Mm-hmm. They're just like full into the stream game.
Eliminating the middleman. Going straight into the delivery system. Amazon instead of Bally. Amazon instead of ESPN.
You love Bally.
I would if I got them.
No, I know.
I have to break in their back door.
I think they're just covering their bases, though, because it's still a major network industry in terms of people like me who haven't cut the cord. I'm not going to go to Amazon to watch a game that's already on Fox, because then I have to change my input.
That's for people like, I'm not saying her in particular, but my 13-year-old who doesn't watch television.
Truth. That is exactly it.
It's for them. It's for people, because my daughter, she turns on the TV and she goes to YouTube. So that's for her.
And not just that, youth, all the way up into college. When my boys come home, we're sitting around watching a football game, and both of them have their either iPad or phone in their lap, watching the game from a different perspective or going back and forth with the game and doing everything else. It's not for me.
Because I just go, hey, I'm just check. It's on CBS. Why would I turn on Amazon? That's the
truth.
That's the era we're from.
On a little tiny screen. I got 60 inches up here. Why on earth am I looking down at something this small?
Exactly.
This isn't new though, right? Didn't Summerall and Madden move?
Oh yeah,
No, it's not the first time.
Yeah, you got to go to the mattress every now and again and shuffle the cards. So, yeah, this has happened before, and I think it's going to be great for everybody involved. Everybody going to get paid better. I think that there'll be the incentive to provide better programming, better bells and whistles inside of that programming. Gosh knows what Amazon's going to do in their broadcasts.
I don't know why Fox wouldn't just pony up and keep it.
I think that the NFL would prefer to disperse the delivery channels. I think they would prefer to have 3-4 different contracts than one. I think they're happy. I'd rather have 5 people bidding on my stuff than 3. So new players, new delivery channels, more revenue, incremental growth on all those. So
now, while Drew Brees isn't great as an analyst on TV and the pregame and the studio show,
he might be good
I
on
think
color.
He will be. I think he'll be okay.
That's what I'm asking. Do you think he'd be better in color because he's actually breaking things down? Because in the studio, what they should use him for, they don't, which is actually breaking down plays and games.
It would be better at color, I think, because he's a QB. They just know the game. They know what every guy's supposed to be doing.
And Nickelodeon did do a couple of NFL games.
They did slime stuff at
keep in mind that
SoFi.
It isn't, but Nickelodeon is under the umbrella of, they're not Disney, are they?
They're owned by someone.
They're owned by a channel that already has a contract.
Right.
When we come back,
I guess you can ask Troy tomorrow, Rue. He's going to be a Rue tomorrow.
He'll be running around the city all day. We'll be out at Rue Pub today. Michael Jimenez has got to halftime on the road at noon. We'll look forward to halftime, talk about why Jarrett Allen had to buy an iPhone. I get more and more respect for the Cleveland Cavaliers every day.
Oh yeah.
I have get more and more. Tom Brady problem with this. Inspires a true story and will star in his very own movie, following in the footsteps of Shaq and Jim Brown and Joe Namath. Who else?
Jim Brown, Joe Namath.
Other
O.J. Simpson.
Anybody recently crossed over? If anybody can, Tom can.
I mean, depends what you consider a crossover, because Dwayne Johnson played football.
I don't count that.
Thomas Jones has played in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And he's not a big name. The former Bears running back. He's been in a few movies.
Well, I guess you got to count LeBron. Heck, he's made a movie. And Michael, he made a movie. Tom Brady does have an interesting story. It does open up some avenues for future endeavors for Tom. He's producing and starring in a movie about a true story with a couple of older women that made a trek down to Houston to watch the Super Bowl, and he's going to back it. We'll talk a lot about that as well. Hang around, more to go to, and so little time to do it. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star. You're on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is officially bike night season at Alamo Cycleplex. This coming up Wednesday, March 2nd, bike night commences at Alamo Cycleplex. Ian Gaines will be in the building with a brand new KTM that he got from Alamo Cycleplex. Nice hookup, beautiful bike, getting it all fixed up and ready to go, getting the tires right and the brakes right and everything right so he can do his 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 stunt shows at Bike Night next Wednesday, March 2nd, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's the first one of the season. Free event for the entire family. Music, food, stunt show, lots and lots of prizes. Alamo Cycleplex is on I-10, just down from Days of Vala exit. Again, this event is for everyone. It's not just for the bike community. It's for everyone. Of course, the bike community will be there in droves. They always are. But if you're not, it's worth the chance. It's worth the drive to go out to Alamo Cycleplex and look at it. There's 8,500 square feet of new showroom, which means more inventory. He got more Segways in. Yesterday it was posted the video. So plenty of inventory. When people say they don't have it, trust me, Alamo Cycleplex does. They sell fun. You check them all out at alamocycleplex.com. There's also, when you get a bike or you get a, Vanderhall or Slingshot and you get service with them, when you take your unit in, they keep it in a nice new big warehouse now. So it's not getting rained on. It's not getting all the dust on it. And their service department is A1. They always get their things in and out, always getting great reviews with the service department. This is the 50-year anniversary, 50 years in business. And the KTMs are in, the Wave Runners, the Sea-Doos, the on and off road. Everything is there for your needs. But for the water sport people, I've been telling you, get in and go get your Wave Runner now. Get in and get your Sea-Doo now, because by March, at the very latest April, they will be gone. And when they're gone, they're gone. So Wednesday night, March 2nd, bike night. The weather's going to be beautiful, forecasted in the 70s for the first bike night. And to boot, I will be there tomorrow morning, broadcasting live from Alamo Cycleplex to do R&R in the morning. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you mark your calendars for bike night. So go and check it out yourself at alamocycleplex.com.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. San Antonio Sports Star Drive to End Hunger is going on now through March 25th. Just go to sasportstar.com to give what you can, or just find drop-off locations. It's all presented by the Institute for Functional Health, Rambler Sparkling Water, Copenhagen Imports, and Airtron.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
QC Kinetics provided amazing pain relief for a former professional baseball player, and you have access to the same life-changing treatments as retired Braves pitcher Jose Alvarez.
I put a lot of stress and strain and work on my right arm, but my right elbow took most of the damage with 3 surgeries.
Arthritis developed, and the pain was unbearable.
It wasn't just pain when I was trying to play sports. It was anytime I was moving the right elbow. It was pretty excruciating at times.
That's when Jose discovered QC Kinetics and the regenerative treatments that help the body heal itself, restoring damaged tissue and providing relief with no surgery or downtime. Jose's message to the medical professionals at QC Kinetics:
my elbow is feeling outstanding. Where were you 10 years ago, for crying out loud?
QC Kinetics is right here. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318.
Got a party of 10 coming in. We need to flip those 2 tables.
Leah's restaurant is fully booked night after night.
Section 3 is still behind.
She no longer has reservations about finally finding a hostess.
Why doesn't 23 have menus? Oh, they're in my hand.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Pablo Torre, host of ESPN Daily, where every morning we present the best sports story of the day. And ESPN Daily is presented by Supercuts. Supercuts is the perfect way to get a haircut if you're someone who doesn't have time for a haircut. You just check in on the Supercuts app or you walk in for a quality cut. The highly trained stylist at Supercuts can always give you that fresh cut feeling fast. And it's not just any haircut, it's Supercuts. Check in now on the Supercuts app or on supercuts.com.
It's a buffet of sports.
But you're going to have to drag me out of here.
Grab lunch with Michael Jimenez on halftime. Today at noon, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
This is Joe Reinagle on your home for everything that matters in sports. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
You're on San Antonio Sports Star. We're glad you're with us. R&R in the morning. Only one of us is bleeding or has bled in the last.
Tylenol.
You did?
Pat gave me some Tylenol.
Should we?
What did she hear about it?
Should we?
She saw me when I walked out of the studio.
Do we have a baseline test for concussion protocols?
We do.
Mine's irrelevant.
Did we? Do we have like a tent?
Yeah,
put him under.
Yeah.
My baseline's really low anyway.
Pledge got to come in the tent. You got to pass protocol to get back on the mic, Pledge.
My baseline's really low. It's a pretty simple bar to clear. What's your name? Yes or no?
It's even less than that. Is his heart beating? Does he have a pulse? You're in.
Of course his heart's beating. He runs at 150 per minute.
Mine's my baseline is like Billy Bob's in Varsity Blues. Billy Bob, the man's holding up some fingers. Yes, or true or false?
People really have Varsity Blues as a classic. That's funny.
It is a classic.
Yeah. Okay.
That might be one worthy of a Menace Wednesday.
He's actually seen that.
I'm not surprised. Well, actually, I kind of am if you've seen anything older than 5 years old. Hey, come out and join Mike Jimenez.
Yes.
He will be at the Brew Pub today from noon to 2. You don't need to bring a gift, though. We're celebrating 14 years of sports glory here in San Antonio. Worthy of a celebration, the likes of which Miller Lite will be out today. We've got some confirmation. There might be some names showing up. But it's the Brew Pub. It's Joe, Jason at 4. It is Mike Jimenez at noon. It is Rudy and Rob there at some point in the evening. It's James walking around showing off his scar. It is the battle-weary San Antonio sports star type celebrating a 14-year birthday. We're going to have to start looking for quince dresses next year.
Yeah. Can you make a call, you or Jason make a call to Chip to put a heater on the patio for me?
Yeah,
like I'm being serious.
They have some on the angry side.
Dude.
The whole angry side has heaters under there.
Warmed by the light.
I'm there for go to the Roo though. Like I'm a diva. Rob's made me a diva. Rob's made me believe that R&R is worthy of requesting heaters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm requesting.
R&R stands for righteous request.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy J. I'm going to talk in third person. Rudy J. need him a heater so he can spark a heater.
Last time somebody said that sentence to me, I ended up going home an hour early.
Are you serious? Why? Why? What happened?
It's a story we
off air.
That's worth it.
I need to hear this ASAP.
I thought you just meant that you were leaving Super Bowl early.
I don't want to get it too far into it, but that sentence was uttered to me in the last several weeks, and it didn't work out well.
Oh.
When we come back, Tom Brady inspires a movie and decides to star in it, following the likes of. We had a great of the Boz.
The Boz.
But he's actually starring in a movie as himself about himself. So that's rarefied air. That's like Muhammad Ali starring in his own movie.
Eminem did.
Eminem starring in a movie about himself as himself. That's next level stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like Magic Johnson's new movie.
Don't forget about Dolomite. Dolomite made his own movie about Dolomite. He was fighting. You got to go watch the Dolomite thing with Eddie Murphy.
The Eddie Murphy one.
That one.
About Dolomite. I didn't know Dolomite was real.
What?
I didn't know he was real. I thought he was a made-up character. I did.
Well, he's real, but Dolomite it's a real
Dolomite thing. Was Dolomite off the camera and on the camera. Yeah, I thought it was kind of like a dude that played a character named Dolomite, but when the camera wasn't on, he was a normal cat.
Down in the jungle deep.
He was Dolomite all the time.
Yep. Don't leave Dolomite out now.
Brady is Brady all the time, making a movie with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. We'll look at that. Took a hard look at the NBA. Who's going to succeed quicker? James Harden? Ben Simmons?
Dude, Ben Simmons was getting instructions on how to shoot from 2 feet away from Kyle Korver yesterday. It's James. It's like, what are we talking about?
Danny Green in his Green Room podcast has some thoughts on whether Ben Simmons will actually play against the Nets when they finally do meet up. We'll get there soon, but to get there, let's listen to this. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
The Paul Feinbaum Show. It's the Jerry Springer of sports talk.
Let's try this again. This is Jim on the other line.
Yes, she won't let me talk. She knows I'll blast it all over the scene. You are a society snob. That's what you are, lady. And you're not a lady.
You hit people with a spitball.
You're a mad woman. You are a mad woman, lady.
Paul Feinbaum. Weekday afternoons at 2. San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
There are a lot of commercials these days touting drinks that improve your energy levels in order to get more done in your day. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was a drink that raised your patience level, or a stick of gum that made you kinder? Or how about a mint that boosted your self-control? Unfortunately, those don't exist and probably never will, which means that humans will continue to struggle with issues like anger management. Not all anger is bad anger, but there is a variety that takes its toll on human beings every day of the week. Part of the anger problem is that people will admit that they're just about anything but angry. But we know anger when we see it, don't we? One psychiatrist has said that anger-related destruction of the human life and spirit is the incredible national disaster. One of the plainest teachings of the Bible deals with anger. Don't let the sun go down on your anger, or in other words, decide to do something about it. This is Mark Absher, the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, encouraging you to live each day less angry. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
The San Antonio Home and Garden Show is coming up February 25th through the 27th, and the Window Source of San Antonio would love to see you there. We'll be there hoping homeowners just like you get quality windows at the price you deserve. Come by our booth and mention ESPN, and we'll knock off an additional 5%. Isn't it time you let them old windows go? Call the Window Source of San Antonio right now, 210-880-3021. That's 210-880-3021. Come visit our showroom at 6800 Fairgrounds Parkway, or visit us at windowsourceofsa.com.
Exergen would like you to know about an important new study by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has always known. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to ask Rachel to marry me, and I need your help. Take these flashcards. I've got to learn these engagement ring terms. Quiz me.
Okay. Halo, vintage, channel set.
Those are all ringtones.
Ring styles. Now, how about this? SI2, HVVS, ESI1.
I got bingo?
No. Those are diamond grades. Okay. Table, crown, girdle.
What a queen wears to dinner.
OMG. No, those are all parts of the diamond. Okay, this one's easy. Baraggio, Tacori, Dossi.
I know this. Types of cheeses.
Dude, ring designers.
Guys, don't sweat it. Come to Diamonds Direct and let us teach you to buy like a dealer buys. We don't even let you look at a diamond until we give you a complete diamond education, including the inside secrets of the diamond business. At Diamonds Direct, we take the mystery out of the process and give you the expert guidance you need to make a smart decision.
Here, I made you new flashcards.
Garage, deck, windows, shrubs?
Welcome to married life.
Diamonds Direct at the shops at La Cantera across from Nordstrom.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Are you sick of your dead-end job? Do you crave a career with a better work-life balance, better lifestyle, or maybe you'd like to work from home? It's a new year. Time for a new career in IT. At My Computer Career, you could start your career in months, not years. Attend classes day or night, live online. And we've rolled back tuition to help meet the demand for IT workers. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It's time. Time to get in shape. Hit the gym. Work up a sweat. You're going to need some energy. A lot of energy. A 5-hour energy. With vitamins and essential nutrients, they provide an alert, energized feeling that keeps you going. All without sugar or herbal stimulants. Are you ready? 5-hour energy. For every workout. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
You coming to bed, hon?
Yep, honey, I'll be right there. Just got to turn out the light. Ow. 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 Ah. Go.
Some things never change. Like your kids always leaving tiny toys on the floor for you to step on.
Ow.
And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Sweetie, I think I left the downstairs light on.
Please don't make me go.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to hold on to your hat, edge of seat sitting, bases loaded, 2 outs, half-court buzzer-beating, 60-yard Hail Marys. Hear that pin dropping? Can they do it? They did! For your team, it was nothing. Get tickets and earn rewards with Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
Live, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're so glad you're with us here on R&R in the morning. San Antonio Sports Star. First show of the day. The noon show, we're hitting the road. Go join Mike and Menace at the Rue Pub, one of our favorite places to be any day. But on a day like this, as we celebrate 14 years on the radio waves, it kind of improves things. We don't need presents. We just want your presence. That makes sense.
I like that. I like it.
Show up and hang out with Mike for lunch. And as we talk about it, Rue Pub, it is a fine place to gather. It is a wonderful place to watch the game. The drinks are wonderful. The food is spectacular.
I only go for the wings.
The wings are great. They have a wedge salad that is worth your weight in gold.
So good.
And that sounds like something that's easy to make. It's not.
I like salads. I've graduated to liking salads. I don't understand the big chunk of lettuce that is a wedge salad.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It is. Well, it's the only way a guy like me can go, well, maybe this will fill me up.
Right.
You know,
So if you're like trying to
bring
be
me a
good,
big bowl, I'm like, yeah, give me some food.
Well, it also comes down to the fact that the wedge salad uses iceberg lettuce, which, in my opinion, is the best lettuce in a salad.
It's the Cadillac of lettuces.
But it's just a chunk of cut pretty.
It's a big old.
It's a pretty cut of lettuce.
Well, let's not kid ourselves. The reason a wedge salad is good is all the stuff that goes with
the
it.
ranch,
and the bacon. So if you're gonna have a salad, kind of the one to have.
I'm glad I don't like ranch. Thank God.
I'm so sorry for you.
Because I'm already big. Like, I'm glad I'm not a sweets person. Like, there's certain things I'm glad God didn't give me. Because again, we getting lit tonight, AD. So shout out to Texas Cheer.
Come on.
But like, if I imagine, like, I'm already big. Now imagine if I loved sweets also.
But people that I know that eat a lot of sweets, they're not the heavy ones.
I beg to differ.
I know the people that I know that eat always have candy bars in their purses. The little ones, they're skinny.
No, I'm
they're
not
running like hummingbirds.
I'm talking about the person that binges Breaking Bad with the gallon of vanilla.
Oh no, that's a whole other.
Yeah,
no, that's a whole other side of it. The conversation about Tom Brady has been going to be it's going to be very interesting over the next year because
he's retired though from football, right?
Well,
you think he's done?
I think he's completely done.
Me too.
I think that once you decide, it's really hard to turn things back on. But like he said, never say never.
Right.
So that we watch what previous icons have done.
Okay.
And Peyton Manning has bounced around the media world for 6 years now, and really hasn't found a landing spot until this year. The Manning cast seems perfect in this era of multiple channel delivery to kind of highlight him and his brothers. But I don't think it's his last stop. I still think that Manning is on the way to something else. And Brady, I think, will have that same chase.
An owner.
And I think that's where Manning is headed. He wants to own a team. And being in the media probably isn't his primary goal, but having a high Q rating is being known. Brady, on the other hand, I look at him more like what Kobe Bryant was, where he, I don't think Manning wants to be an entertainment entity. I think he wants to be an entertainer that owns a football team. I think Tom Brady wants to be an entertainment entity like Kobe was.
The Tom Brady we saw in the 2 years leaving New England made me believe that there's a chance for some form of entertainment. Because again, we thought he was a Terminator, just a guy that woke up, ate clean, and watched film. But once he got to Tampa, we saw he loved social media. He liked being on camera. The last years he did that little Facebook thing, whatever it was. So he has a little personality to him that we didn't know was in there.
According to the Hollywood Reporter, Brady is set to produce and act in a film called 80 for Brady, a football-themed road trip comedy starring, Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin and Sally Field.
Jane Fonda?
It's three of the, old school Hollywood stars.
Right.
I think all three of them have at least one Academy Award. I don't know if Lily Tomlin does. So, I mean, it's certainly chasing a certain demographic.
What demographic is that?
The Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, Sally Field fans.
Got you. Yeah.
It's for middle-aged women. It's a road trip movie for middle-aged women, which is a demographic that also loves them some sweet Tom Brady. James, are you okay in there? James, every time he winces again because it hurts himself.
It's when I furrow my brow, and that comment made me furrow my brow, and it hurt.
That's all. You take the Tylenol should kick in here in a bit.
I think Tom Brady's got a future. I think he's going to be successful as an actor.
Rob, I'm gonna hold judgment. I'm gonna hold. Acting is not easy. That's like that's like Denzel's like, I'm gonna try out for the Patriots tomorrow.
You brought up the reason why I think he's going to be successful. Because I think for 20 years, for 16 years minimum, 17.
He's gonna put the work in.
We didn't know that Tom Brady is a human being.
Right.
He successfully acted as the robot for so long that when he became human, it was weird for me. Because I spent 16 years hating the Terminator. That this dude sleeps in a sleep chamber and refuses to eat tomatoes because it has inflammative properties so that he can be ready at age 45 to play football. I hated that guy.
Yeah.
I hated the whole thing about New England because they were the Death Star. They were unbeatable. And now, over the last 2 years at Tampa, the dude's throwing the trophy from one boat to another.
I'd be surprised if this was a big role.
No, I'm just saying I see him growing in the acting field, pursuing being an actor, because I think it's like Peyton Manning is a natural personality. When you see Peyton Manning, you know that the way he's acting on camera is the same way he would act with you if you were having a beer or you're having a meal. That's the same guy. There is no acting.
Agreed.
And I think we are seeing that Tom Brady is fully capable of playing Tom Brady, but at the same time, acting. For 20 years, we didn't know that he was a real human being, you assume. But he was the guy behind the scenes that was fully capable of getting drunk at a Super Bowl party and tossing the Super Bowl trophy from one boat to another. That's a real human being that we didn't even know existed.
Yeah, he tweeted, because Stafford was drinking 1942 out the bottle at the parade. Tom tweeted him, mix in some water, man. Trust me.
Trust me.
Because didn't Tom get carried off the boat?
Well, he was lit.
He got carried like, who was that?
He also got COVID, remember? COVID at the parade.
It's like Aaron Bain getting carried out with the Spurs in LA. That's what Tom looked like getting off the boat. I don't know, Rob. I'm picky about my actors, man.
Me too.
So I'm going to reserve judgment until I'm going to watch it.
I guarantee you they're going to sell a lot of tickets.
Oh, see, that's the thing. And see, with Hollywood, if you can kind of act, but if you break a box office, they're going to keep you in the system. Like you said in the program, hey, man, if you're in the program, they're going to keep you eligible. They're going to keep Tom in front of the camera because we're going to watch.
The NBA picks up again today.
That's a nice little break they got. But then it's like, what's the point of a break if, like, soon as I come off break, you give me 3 games in 4 nights?
True.
Like the Spurs come back off a break and they get 3 games.
I'd rather come back to work on Tuesday.
You know, take me back on Tuesday and spread those games out.
I completely agree, especially for those teams that have like one guy. Like, we'll make it up. Let's get back to work. I'd rather not have to sleep on a plane overnight from where they're going to start out in Washington tomorrow night.
Okay.
As the rodeo road trip continues, the meat of the schedule. We'll talk NBA coming back. And I was trying to read my writing for 8:45, and I cannot figure it out. Oh, it's Testicle Festival.
There it is.
I was like, what did I write here? The Testicle Festival is about to hit.
Let me see your handwriting.
You don't want to see it.
You do not.
Okay.
Well, one, I left my glasses in L.A. I left my wallet in El Segundo. I left my my readers in L.A. So I have been without readers for a week. See if you can make
let me see.
heads or tails.
So again, when I got over here, no, this is awful. It looks like Test the Fishnet.
That's what I thought. Test the fishnet. So I don't know what that means.
Hey, I would like to test some fishnets. Let me yank on them a little bit. But when I got over here, when I got over here, they were like, Rob loses everything. I was like, man, y'all be quiet, Pledge. Minix, hush. Be quiet. In 8 months, he's lost about 10 things.
So I don't have my readers.
He's lost about 10 things.
So coming up, we're going to talk NBA. Some guy named Jimmy Hartwick. No, that's James Harden.
Oh,
and then after that, we're testing the fishnets at 8:45. Hang around with us. There's so much to do and so little time to figure out this gibberish. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Green Bay Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst says he never promised to trade Aaron Rodgers. He was live at the NFL Scouting Combine yesterday and made some statements to the media.
Okay.
Obviously, everything around here kind of centers around the quarterback. That's kind of how we do things. So it's a big piece. It's a domino that kind of has to fall before we go down.
Bring the background down a little bit.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
So it's important. Obviously, everything. Obviously, everything around here kind of centers around the quarterback. That's kind of how we do things. So it's a big piece. It's a domino that kind of has to fall before we go down, other avenues. So it's important, as we go through this and the puzzle pieces that we got to make fit, I think. So that's the first one to go. We've had really good conversations with Aaron and everybody throughout the process. So, there's some timing things that obviously come into play. But again, we've kind of got it mapped out. I think, again, this has been more of a conversation about kind of where we're headed and together. And that's, there's a process that obviously we're going through. There's a process that he's going through, and we're very respectful of that.
He also said that it's very doubtful he'd field trade offers for third-year quarterback Jordan Love.
Did he say field or get? There's two different things there. Now, do you believe that in the discussions that Gutekunst and Aaron Rodgers had last year to allay his concerns and to get Aaron Rodgers back, that Gutekunst at any point said, look, man, if it doesn't work out, I'll trade you next year?
I believe it.
You believe that he never said it?
Oh, no, I believe he did say it.
Yeah, I believe he did too. I believe that right now they're in the anything you want Aaron stage.
But then again, Aaron has misled us before, so maybe that was never said.
I think a promise was made that he would move him. I do. Because remember, a year ago, it really felt like he was not even going to show up. He was threatening jeopardy and all those ridiculous claims. So I do think that Gutekunst was held at gunpoint to make some deals, promises that maybe not. I do know that they certainly seem to be getting along a lot better.
Depends on depends on how these comments are taken by Aaron. Like, is Aaron going to take that as like, oh, hell, here we go. We're starting back where we started. You lied to me. You said you'd get me out of here if I didn't want to be here next year. I guess the only thing they promised him was they wouldn't franchise him. Maybe that was the only true promise.
And they did. I still think he's ended up staying there, but I've been wrong at every turn on this. So expect him gone if I think he's going to stay. Moving on.
Headline 1.
New Orleans Saints head coach Dennis Allen has promoted defensive line coach Ryan Nielsen and defensive backs coach Chris Richard to co-defensive coordinator. Chris Richard.
I know that guy.
Oh, the DB. He was the hot rod. He was the next
game
guy.
Coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys.
Where is he now?
Seattle Seahawks.
I appreciated the way he coached.
I did too.
There was a brief time in a training camp when everybody looked at him as the next head coach of the Cowboys.
I did too.
That is true.
He brought a lot of pepper to the practice. I appreciated what he did. I'm glad to see him continue to succeed. But New Orleans is rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. They got other issues to deal with other than their OC.
I mean, to be fair, the head coach is the former defensive coordinator now, Dennis Allen, who succeeded Sean Payton. So it may be defensive coordinator in title while Allen still calls plays.
Truth. I agree. But that's news for the Saints. But you're facing a season with Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston at quarterback.
Or Russell Wilson.
Or Russell. Or other stuff.
And then you still got to deal with Michael Thomas.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Work to be done.
Or Jimmy.
Deshaun.
Or Deshaun. Yeah, work to be done. Moving on.
Headline 0.
Finally, the New York Post reports that Amazon could make a serious run at Rams head coach Sean McVay for their upcoming Thursday night football broadcast. In addition to Amazon, the Post reports that Fox suddenly now has a huge hole alongside Joe Buck, with Troy Aikman reportedly bolting for ESPN, as they could also pursue McVay, but Fox is expected to look at Greg Olsen, Sean Payton, and NBC's Drew Brees. With Aikman leaving for ESPN and Al Michaels' contract up at NBC, the broadcasting world could see a serious shakeup, as McVay is expected to continue his coaching career with the Los Angeles Rams in 2022. But this isn't the first whispers of the network's courting of Vay It's a lucrative business as Romo is making $17.5 million a year.
So at that $18 million, I think McVay's going to stay coaching.
Me too.
That's more than he makes coaching.
It would be a good life.
Not about the money.
Since when?
I know, I'm lying.
At the end of the day, it's how does this news affect me? Right?
You mean you,
me
Rob
personally.
Thompson?
How does this news affect me personally?
It affects you because there's a Super Bowl winning coach no longer in your conference.
There's that. But more importantly, I think Sean Payton is a natural for television.
Oh.
I think Sean Payton, if given the opportunity, can be at least as good as John Gruden was. And maybe better than that.
And see, the thing about when they go to the booth, you never know how it's going to affect them. Like Bill Cowher went to the booth, and for 4 or 5 years, we're like, "Oh, Cowher's coming back." They want
got
Cowher,
good to him.
and then he was like, "You know what? I'm staying."
Mm-hmm.
Gruden, if the Raiders don't give him $100 million, he never leaves the booth. So once you go over there, so Sean Payton. So what I'm saying all that to say, Sean Payton, if he does hit the booth or the pregame show, who knows if he ever leaves?
Right. And Dallas Cowboy fan waiting for Sean Payton to ride over the hill next year if things go south.
Yeah.
He gets this gig, and you're working a couple of days a week, and you got front and center TV time, and everybody loves you. Nobody's yelling at you anymore, and you get to live the high life that is being the $15 million a year, whatever it takes to get him. Shoot.
You're not eating Volcon and cheeseburgers all week long till 4 in the morning.
He got the ring. He's already in. He's got the handshake, the club, and the jacket. He doesn't need anything else. So if I'm Jerry, I'm really concerned because they might scoop him up, pay him more than I ever would, and give him a far better life.
Right.
So how does it affect me? I'd like to see McVay get the gig. If just as a Cowboy fan waiting for the possible replacement that isn't Dan Quinn, pay attention to this. Moving along.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Coming back, the NBA begins the second half, or at least the ceremonial second half. The teams, for the most parts, are in play. The trades have been made. Now we just got to see if everybody gets healthy. We'll talk about that. We'll also look into who you root against. There's an article that I saw on Yardbarker. And the headline, I didn't even really get into the article, but the headline was, everybody wants to dunk on Rudy Gobert. Kind of like when everybody wanted to dunk on Mutombo, right?
Yep.
Rudy is not he's not a heel. You know, he's not somebody you hate, but you like to see him get dunked on. 7-4.
Yeah, and then Rudy's a little brash.
He is.
Rudy started a COVID outbreak in the NBA as well.
He did. I don't even think about that. Another reason. Eli Apple was not a celebrated cornerback before the touchdown catch. In fact, I think there were a lot of people that actively rooted against Eli Apple long before he gave up the catch. Who else out there do we actively root against that we want to see smoked, embarrassed, humiliated?
I could think of a few.
We'll look at that at 9:30. We didn't get into the testicle festival, which is a lot of fun to talk about as well.
We are.
Hey, coming back.
You're the foodie, so I want to know which ones you want.
We'll talk James Harden and deep fried testicles. You're on R&R
Ranch or no ranch?
Ranch or no ranch? How you like your calf fries, Rudy?
On the calf.
On the calf, not in front of me. You're on ESPN AM 1250.
Not in my mouth.
Answer you're going to possibly give it. 103.3 FM.
In college basketball, the 20th ranked Texas Longhorns beat the TCU Horned Frogs 75-66 behind Andrew Jones' 21 points, his third straight 20-point performance. The Texas State Bobcats beat South Alabama 55-52, improving to 20-6, leading the Sun Belt at 11-3. Tonight, the UTSA Roadrunners welcome the UAB Blazers into the Convocation Center with the tip-off set for 7, while the Incarnate Word Cardinals take on Houston Baptist at 7 as well. And in the MLB, the Texas Rangers' top prospect and former Texas Tech Red Raider and MacArthur Brahma, Josh Jung, underwent arthroscopic surgery to repair a torn labrum in his left non-throwing shoulder yesterday. He is expected to be out 6 months. I'm Rudy J for San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN SA, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmett's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today, 571-0318.
My name is Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for 50 years. I went to school here. I graduated from law school here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after a serious injury or a fatality collision for more than 27 years. If you're in your car right now, chances are you're seeing an attorney billboard, and you'll probably see 3 or more of those on your commute today. How do you decide who to call? Who to trust? I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. I'm experienced. I have a long track record of success, and I run my firm like my father did for over 50 years of practicing law here. I believe that a personal, trusting relationship with my client matters. With my firm, I meet with you. I answer your questions. I handle your case. For many lawyers you see on the billboard, your case will not be handled by the attorney on that billboard. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. If you or your family needs an experienced attorney you can trust, an attorney that will personally handle all of the issues after a serious injury or fatality, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, 900-0400, 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyer4us.com.
Hey, team, it's a full house. We got to pick up the pace.
At Hank's restaurant, the line goes around the block.
Is this for 12? Okay, I need the truffle oil drizzle.
What he needs is another line cook.
Oh, man. Are the quail breasts still in the sous vide? Dave, can you keep an eye on that, please?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
In a world where a single touch can threaten the surfaces of your home, there's Microban 24. Just one spray fights bacteria all day.
Bacteria incoming. Shields up, defenders.
When used as directed, Microban 24 sanitizing spray forms a defensive shield that keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch.
Threat eliminated.
Microban 24. Don't just sanitize it, microban it. Now spraying in a store near you.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
It's like breakfast tacos with the hot stuff. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
R&R in the morning. NBA gets back to work today.
Do they?
Got some games this evening.
They got to run out all their drinks. Got to run out all that go OG. Everybody got to. I mean, it's All-Star break. Guys are enjoying it. I saw Ja Morant on Instagram Live so much with his boys and the Casamigos having a good little time. So everybody gonna be sweating today.
Yeah, everybody got some toxins to it.
Yeah, everybody got some toxins to get out. Not mad at them. It's a break.
The idea of where we're headed, the Western Conference is going to be an interesting watch as the season gets going without Chris Paul. How can Phoenix hold on to what was, you can tell, in one of those aspirational goals at the beginning of the season that they circled, we want home court all the way through. And they played that way. And now they're going to have Chris Paul and an all-star mistake, I guess, with a broken thumb gone for 6 weeks.
Yeah, Booker, hold off the Wolves, hold the line.
The good news is I think the Jazz are about to sag a little bit.
What about the Warriors?
I think the Warriors are about to turn it up.
What about Memphis?
Memphis is a team that they got nowhere else to go but up. So, they're going to be a roller coaster. But, if they time this thing right, it could work out well. I think the theme for the rest of the season is on the Eastern side will be the Simmons-Harden deal. How has it worked out for both teams? I think that will be the underlying thread. Will Harden and Embiid really be enough to overcome a Simmons, Kyrie, Durant matchup that could be pretty impressive if it comes together?
Yeah.
Then there's the guys that aren't playing. And the New York Knicks have just decided with Kemba Walker, they're just going to pay him to go home.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on. What's going on that's so bad? That's why I'm telling you, man, Tibbs has to go.
And in most situations, I would be right there with you because Tibbs has history that he just wears teams out, that he's such a determined defensive mastermind and work ethic type of old school coach that guys just get tired of him. But when you've got a Kemba Walker situation who hasn't gotten along anywhere since he left Carolina, he didn't get along in Boston, didn't work out there.
And that was a chemistry thing. He wasn't used to not playing with the ball.
Okay, and now in New York, what's going on there?
I don't know.
So I don't know whether I blame Tibbs for this one or not. At some point, Kemba, it's your fault. I mean, how many teams do you need to be on before you to find a place that you're comfortable with? But to find guys like him, John Wall in Houston, we got really talented guys that are worth the price of admission, that are getting paid to sit at home and not playing. There's got to be a fix here.
This is why I said yesterday that the NBA, while MLB is at, odds, I said the NBA has an issue itself. You have Russell Westbrook and John Wall. Between those two guys, they're making $80 million and their teams want nothing to do with them.
And Kemba add into that. We got three guys that
Kemba's at 20 something. I don't know.
We're averaging 30 million.
You got 100 million in players that you want no part of. And these teams gave these guys this money because they felt like they had to. And that's why I probably would be a bad GM or owner, because I'm not paying a guy $35-40 million that just because I'm supposed to. Like think about it. Like, Ben Simmons is sitting in Brooklyn at $35 a year, getting lessons on following through. Like, I don't care how much Kyle Korver works with him. If once it comes game time, if he doesn't believe it, I don't care what he's worked on. Like, perfect example is Giannis, and I know that's a tall task for me to compare Ben to, but Giannis has come out this season like, look, man, I worked on it all summer. I'm going to shoot this thing. I'm going to shoot the three. I'm going to shoot the pull-up. Like Ben just refuses to do it. Now hopefully this changes in Brooklyn, but you're paying a guy $35 million that refuses to shoot just because you felt like you had to. John Wall, like, oh, well, what do we do? Well, we got to give him $40 million a year. No, you don't. And again, it's not on the players, it's on the owners and the GMs. Like Wall, Westbrook, Ben Simmons. I could go down the line, list of the guys that don't. There's like Shaq always says, there's superstars and there's stars. Giannis, KD, Steph, LeBron. There's about 6 superstars. The rest of you guys get what I give you. I'm not paying a guy just because I'm supposed to. Then you end up with John Wall. Like literally $40 million to come work out every now and then. Let me make sure you're alive and then go back home.
Well, my concern first, I don't give a damn if a player, what you're getting paid. I really don't. Go get it. I don't want anybody looking into my business.
I don't want to either. I'm just not going to give it to you. I'm just not going to give it to you.
The owners, they need to protect themselves from themselves sometimes. But, Wall signed the deal. I mean, that's
no. That's on the Wizards.
You're right. But what my concern is, I would like to see John Wall play. He should be on the court. If healthy, he is a guy that is worth turning the channel on to watch. Kemba in the Kemba glory days when he was at Charlotte, dude, you wanted to watch him play.
He was a bucket.
We've got 2 guys that are being paid not to play. Like, look, man, just don't even show up for work. As Adam Silver, I look at this and go, well, I have valuable assets that are depreciating by the minute. We're not gonna get John Wall much longer. He's gonna get old. Same way with Kemba, who might already be old. There has to be a facet put in place. Like, if it ain't working, if the Rockets don't want him, they had to make a deal to get him, there should be some sort of method to put them out on the free market. They should be out there. They should be available. We've got playoff runs coming. We got teams that could use them. They could add to the plot of the NBA playoff. But yet the Rockets and the Knicks are paying talented dudes to stay home. I'm being shorted as a fan.
Right.
We got to fix this just so on Tuesday night when I turn on TNT and I get a Rocket game, I get to see the best that's available, not John Wall in a suit.
And the reason why I'm so confused as to what Houston is doing, it's 44 right now. Next year's 47. It's 47 next year, so it doesn't get better. So what are you going to do next year? Are you going to pay him to stay home again next year?
Yes.
And Westbrook is 45 next year. What do? You
pay them, man. You got the money. It's not about that. The owners, they got the money.
Well, Wall does have a player option for 22, 23. Now, if you're Wall,
you're taking it.
Do you roll the dice and say, do you think he's going to get more than 47?
No, there's no, he'll get half that if he's lucky.
So you sit there.
Yes, there has, but what I'm saying is the owners need protection from themselves. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dumb. It should be survival of the fittest, but there should be some mechanism. Like, I'm trading for him. I'm good for the money. I'll do what it takes, but how do I get out of this as pain-free as possible, as if I'm the Rockets or the Knicks, so that these 2 talented guys can land and help in the plot, the story that is this season. It's lesser because these guys aren't on the court. They could make a difference. They could change the outcome of the season at the right place at the right time, and we'll never know because of skillful financial management and team building. They have remarkably talented dudes that are being overpaid and in bad situations that we don't get to watch.
Right. Agree, JG.
And you think about it, you keep asking, well, what are they going to do? They're not giving up that money. So until the final year of the contract, that's when they're going to help somebody. Is they're going to be bought out likely next year after the trade deadline. That's when the buyout.
Right.
That's when the buyout is
cheaper.
Feasible.
Right.
And that's when you'll actually get to see these guys play again.
Maybe a discretionary fund built up by the rest of the league that when you go to as a place of last resort to extricate yourself from a contract that improves everybody's lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
but to bring it full circle, Rob, as far as Ben and James, the one thing I will say that's a positive for Ben and his style is he's going to be distributing, since he likes to be distributed, to two guys that love to shoot it. And Kyrie, and all signs are pointing to he's at some point very soon he's going to be able to play in New York. So Ben, like before, with the Philly, it was kind of just Embiid, but now you have a Kyrie and you have a KD where Ben doesn't mind coming down, crossing half court, giving them the ball.
No.
So he's in a better situation as far as what he likes to do.
I think on the court, he's in an ideal situation.
Yes.
It's the the court issues and the pressure that's going to come from without that are really going to be a difference. Danny Green played with him long enough in Philadelphia to know Ben Simmons pretty well. He spoke to what he expects from Simmons the next time the Sixers and the Nets meet on his Green Room podcast. One of those perks of not being a Spur, you get a podcast. Let's listen to Danny on Ben Simmons.
Interesting dynamic of how things went down. Interesting dynamic of who went with him. I don't know. I haven't got a chance to talk to those guys yet, but I know they weren't on the most of cordial terms when he was in Philly with Drum and Seth. So I wonder how that relationship is now. I got a chance to talk to them. Now, will we shake hands to start? Probably not. First, I'd be highly surprised if he even plays in that game.
Wow.
So he said they're not even on shake hand terms?
Well, Danny has zero respect for Ben Simmons. I can tell you he has zero respect for him. To say that, I don't think he's even man enough to go up and play against him. He's been around him long enough to go.
He said, "Will we shake hands?" He said, "Probably not." I guess when you're in that world, the worst thing you can do is quit on your guys, right?
That is it.
And it's like at the end of the day, like, you quit on us, we have no time for you.
I mean, do you blame him? It's a championship roster that they thought they had. You know what it is, though? And he quit on them.
While Rudy J, second time, third person today.
You're a star. That's what you get to do.
Rudy J loves Danny Green. To the general public, Danny Green criticizing Ben Simmons comes off as the kicker talking noise about the quarterback. I don't think it can. I don't think people respect Danny enough to accept him talking noise about Ben Simmons.
Do you think players respect him from championship Danny? He's got some rings.
I'm thinking about Philly fan.
So
I don't think Philly fan has enough respect for Danny to be like, bro, we don't want to hear from the kicker.
I actually think Philly fan agrees with him.
I agree. I think so too.
You're probably right, though.
What an indictment that the dude's a coward. He won't even step on the court against us. That's what he's calling him.
When you show up to practice with your phone in your pocket, not in the huddle, refusing to show up, and then leaning on the mental health crutch, which he may be going through something. But as players, they're not trying to hear it. But to say you don't want to shake the man's hand is a whole different. Because even when Kobe and Shaq hated each other, the top of their beef, they still gave a fake fist bump.
Here's the thing. Danny knows exactly how hard it is to win a championship. And if you think you have a championship team and one of the key components to that calls it a day and is not willing to help you in achieve your dream, when you know, you don't know how many swings at that you're going to get.
And also, I think Danny also knows, clearly Danny knows the pulse of the locker room is screw that dude.
Yes.
That's why he felt comfortable saying that.
He said the guys that went with him were not on good terms with him.
Also, like Seth doesn't care for him either.
Well, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, think about the situation that you were in if you were a 76er last year. The way that it ended. It couldn't have ended worse.
Yeah.
I mean, you had him pouting, and I think a couple of those passes weren't because he was afraid. It was him making a point.
Ooh.
Haven't
heard anybody say that.
I firmly believe he was
mean like
making
when
a
Kobe
point.
went game 7 of Phoenix and it's just like, okay, Phil, you keep telling me I'm shooting too much. I'm going to pass his entire game. We're going to get beat by 30.
I think it was more about, you know what, Embiid, you think I passed too much? Wait till I really start passing.
Because he did say, well, we had a shot under the basket and we passed it out. And Ben maybe didn't like that.
So I think Ben
decided,
like, all right,
I'll pass it
you
every
want to
time.
see somebody who doesn't want to pass it or doesn't want to shoot it, here you go.
That.
I think he wanted out. Nobody liked him. He was overpaid and he underperformed, and Embiid called him on it at every turn. At every turn. You think Embiid just let that go in the locker room? No one liked this cat.
Damn.
And that goes back to LSU.
And people told me not to. People told me not to trust him coming out of LSU, and I was like, nah, he's 6'10". I still think he's an all-world defender.
Oh. What could be in the right situation? He has every skill.
I thought he went best with Golden State.
I think it's going to be pretty, but I think at the end of the day, the pressure is going to get to him. At the end of the day, it won't be what happened on court. It'll be the pressure of the situation that he's in that'll ultimately lead to him leaving Brooklyn. The pressure, not the play.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be fine. Everybody with him is going to be perfectly happy for him to dish. Kevin Durant will never bitch at Ben Simmons for passing up a shot and giving it to him. Not once. You'll never hear it.
Gilberto says, how does Danny Green feel about Leonard? How does he feel? Leonard got him another ring.
He did.
Leonard got him another ring. Danny has 3 rings, by the way.
Danny didn't have a podcast in San Antonio either to be asked that question.
Yes.
Yeah, Danny, what do you mean how does he feel? Ben didn't get him anything but an early exit. Kawhi got him another ring.
After he was traded, he actually joined the Blitz.
Yeah, he did.
And talked about
Danny?
Yeah.
The Kawhi Leonard situation. And I think it was equally as tumultuous.
I think he liked him, but at the same time didn't respect him a whole lot.
But Kawhi is much better basketball player than Ben.
Absolutely. And you got to keep in mind, Danny's the type that earned everything he's got. He wasn't high drafted. Yeah, he bounced around, had to make it, had to learn.
He was in Greece.
It was given nothing.
G League.
And Ben was given everything. So I imagine there's some distaste there.
Well said.
What are you doing in Fredericksburg next Saturday?
I can think of some things.
There's
I
some
can think
of y'all,
of 2 things.
I know when they got something good in their mouth.
What?
There's some of y'all out there know,
Rob,
when you got something good in your mouth.
Rob.
Is that a true statement? You can read into it however you'd like.
I like sweet, not salty.
But coming up on
I like
March,
sweet, not salty.
that salty goodness.
I love it.
We're too childish for this.
We really are.
We're too childish for a topic like this.
Well, it's coming to Fredericksburg on March the 5th. The glory that is the testicle and all the different versions you can chew on. We'll talk about the Testicle Festival and things you can do in Fredericksburg on March the 5th. Coming up next, we're glad you're with us. Don't worry. If you've already gone through the drop-off line, you'll survive. Barnard continues right here on San Antonio Sports Star. You're on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Bet you can tell me when the last Spurs championship was. But can you name your congressman? Sports or politics? The answer is obvious. This is ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceutical.
That dinner was delicious. What's next?
I'm thinking just the check.
Do you frequently have gas, bloating, diarrhea, stomach pain, or loose oily stools after eating? One or more of these symptoms could be a sign of exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, and it may be time to talk to your doctor.
If you have EPI, Creon may be right for you. Creon, pancrelipase, is an oral prescription medication that treats EPI. Creon replaces enzymes you may be missing to help you break down food properly.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Do not chew capsules or contents as this may cause mouth irritation. Tell your doctor if you have unusual or severe stomach pain, bloating, trouble passing stool, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, worsening of painful swollen joints, or allergic reactions. Other side effects may include changes in blood sugars, gas, dizziness, or sore throat and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Talk to your doctor about Creon, the #1 prescribed EPI treatment, and visit gocreon.com. That's GOCREON.com. Or call 1-800-633-9110.
This month on Disney Plus, fall in love with New World.
There's no easy way to say this. This world, it's a video game.
Heartwarming stories.
You can't lose someone and still love someone else.
And unforgettable characters.
What's your name again, young man?
I am Boba Fett. With Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett, Free Guy, National Geographic's Torn, and Disney's The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder.
You can call me Sugar Mama.
All of these and more streaming this month. Sign up now at DisneyPlus.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. Right now, you can do the complete job and get a great deal when you buy a set of Duralast brake pads and rotors. It's also AutoZone's national hiring event. We're hiring all positions, from sales to warehouse and drivers, both part-time and full-time. Visit careers.autozone.com or any one of our stores.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Roll home with Joe Reinagel and Jason Minix. The ride home made easy. The Blitz, this afternoon at 4. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
This is Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix and I will get you caught up in the latest news, moves, and more this afternoon, 4 to 7 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
This is R&R in the morning. He's Rudy, I'm Rob. Some of you guys are going to start squirming about as we get into a celebration of sorts.
It is a celebration.
Coming to Fredericksburg next Saturday, March the 5th. The Testicle Festival. Fried family jewels are on the menu from a variety of animals. Not just the cow. You'll get the calf. They got turkey, lamb.
Nice.
Turkey.
Now,
those are like little.
They got to be tiny.
Little marbles.
What?
I've got a question. Is this like a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Well, yeah, they go by a lot of terms, I guess.
Oh,
Rocky
yeah.
Mountain oysters, which
Fries.
calf fries, I've heard. That's lamb fries, I guess, goes with the lamb. So I guess you could call it an oyster or a fry.
And then good old-fashioned balls.
Good old-fashioned balls.
Which
if
fries
they were
have you had?
I've had the veal. I've had the calf.
Okay. What country were you in?
I was in the country of Colorado.
Oh, you were in Denver. Because I know you tried some crazy things when you went out the country, so I didn't know when you were in London.
I've eaten some gross stuff, but
I am not mature enough to have this conversation.
Hey, hold up. Okay. Ask me what you want to ask me, Rob. If they were prepared, what?
I mean, my first question to you is, I think you're a relatively adventurous eater. You don't eat everything. There's some things that you're just not going to do. But I think if it was presented in a palatable way, remember we feast with our eyes more than we do with them.
Yes, we do.
So if it was presented to you in a way that was palatable, would you eat it?
I think it would have to be. I mean, again, the only time I had oysters, it was fried.
I can't imagine any other way.
So if I'm going to do when you did them in Denver, the calf
deep fried,
they were deep fried.
Yeah.
What sauce?
There was ranch, ketchup. I don't know.
Now, see, I watched Apocalypto the other day. It's inspiring to me because it's about facing your fears. Now, when the beginning of the movie, they caught a big old hog and he had the hog fries and he bit into them raw.
Oh.
You know what I mean? At the beginning of the movie, I don't know if y'all remember that part. But so I don't know if I could handle any that big. I'm going to need something like smaller. I'm not going to be able to do the buffalo. I'm not going to be able to do the cow. Like I would have to do the calf.
You don't want anything the size of an apple.
No, I'm not doing that.
You're looking for more of a plum.
And anything, no, like around me, somewhere like me, something like around my.
I will leave it at that.
Yeah, but like the buffalo or the cow or rhino.
They're oblong, by the way. They're not.
What
round.
do you mean?
They're not. They don't look like. They're not.
What are they shaped like?
Shaped like a plum. It's more of a
Egg.
Well, more
egg
than
is
an egg.
right.
I would
See,
go
that's
toward
too.
a
An egg
pepper.
is too. That's too big.
Or an avocado. An avocado would be a better description.
That's too big. That's too big.
You don't want to just
You're
grab
not
it and
cutting
take a
into
bite
that,
out of
right?
it like an apple.
Because
just like, gnaw into it.
Because even after you get past the crunch, at some point you got to get to the gushy part.
See, that's where I'm getting to. There is a consistency thing.
Okay.
It's kind of like a giant Vienna sausage.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So
you almost had me, and then you went to Vienna, and I'm just thinking of squishy, nasty.
It's kind of squishy. It's kind of.
So did you chug it?
Well, no, you.
No, I mean,
I
talking
actually
about
went
one
to
bite.
a festival like we're talking about here.
Okay.
Same kind of idea.
Festival.
Rolled into a place that we didn't expect, and they were having this festival, and we were looking for a place to eat. And between Denver and Vail, I don't remember where it was, how we got there, but we rolled into this little town, and they were in the midst of it. And I spent 3 hours dining on a variety of testicles.
So you've done this.
I went all in. Had some cold beer, had some other stuff that helps when you're eating, and went all in on the
fries.
On the fries, and it was good. And it's something.
Were you the only person eating the fries?
Oh, there were hundreds.
No, I'm saying, like, did your wife try?
Oh no,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not normal.
No, normal is a relative thing. But it's what I was trying to get to is there is a consistency thing. It's not a flavor thing. It tastes fine. It's not. It tastes like I've had a variety of interesting meats deep fried, gator and rabbit and snake. It's all about the crust. It all tastes like chicken. No, this doesn't necessarily taste like chicken. It doesn't taste bad. It's got more of a beefy kind of thing. It's a consistency thing. It's a mouthfeel what kind of a thing. It's not. So if you're able to get past that, and my poor description, not bad. It's
now
worthy
okay.
of
Now
a festival visit.
Now when you're eating them, how do you hold them?
You
because
juggle
the way
them.
you hold them is that's important. If you want me to, if you want me to, like, I gotta hold them right.
Palm.
Hold them right now.
Well, there's different ways for different things, I think.
Now, is it 1 bite, 2 bites? See, because if I'm gonna do it, I'm telling you right now, if I were to do it, I'm doing it in one swig.
I recommend going all in.
Yeah, 1 bite.
Just take it in there. Just
1 bite. Because if you try to like nibble at it, it's gonna takes too long.
Yeah, and you get that in your face, and you start,
I mean, you know what? Let's move on, man. We're in the break zone.
We're good. I think y'all got 4 more minutes.
You always want us on time. Let's keep us on time.
And innuendo all at the same time.
If we're gonna
this is professional level line walking.
Look, I'm trying to promote these good people.
It's a fine
in Fredericksburg that are having this festival, and y'all can't be serious. March 5th. Oh, and before you ask, yes, there will be a testicle eating competition with a $100 cash prize. So bring your appetite nad noshers.
So all the testicles you can eat.
Noshers.
That's what they called them on the promotion through the current nad noshers. Those who prefer not to gnaw on balls can purchase barbecue ribs, pulled pork sandwiches, and oysters.
Now, if you want to play, you got to pay a $40 sign-up fee. But you could win
for the
if you're a nad nosher.
If you're a nad nosher, it's $100 or $40 to get in the comp.
I'm going to say it again: a nad nosher. Fest will be in the
where is it at?
Bankersmith, Texas, an ice house and dance hall in Fredericksburg. 7905 Old San Antonio Road, March the 5th.
And just think, we thought Fredericksburg was all about wine and Airbnbs.
Festival like this, on your way into Fredericksburg, I want you to roll your windows down. You're going to hear a lot of high-pitched moves.
Woo! That's so wrong. That is so wrong. Some damn calf just walking around feeling lonely.
The best response of the day, something that we should put in the can, is, how do you like your calf fries? Rudy says, on the calf. And I think most calves would agree with you. If you're Jared Allen and you want to play with the big boys, you want to run around with the dudes with Cleveland Cavaliers, you're going to have to do something. And he did it, as all good people should, because you don't want to be a green guy. We'll tell you what that means coming after 9 o'clock.
Pledge.
And who do you want to see fail? Who are we actively cheering against in the sporting world? Everybody wants to dunk on Rudy Gobert. That was the headline. And Everybody wants to see Eli Apple get smoked in the Super Bowl. Who are we actively rooting against? I'll throw you my number one candidate. His last name is Paul. Pick the brother. I don't care. I want to see him battered and beaten. Who's on that list for you? We'll get there at 9:30. But until then, let our sponsors pay for this fantastic show. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor has 5 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 across from Walmart, 1 past 211, the 3rd at Highway 90 Montgomery. The 4th is in the Palo Alto exit in the Patron Plaza right next to Walmart. And the 5th, and on the way, opening soon, is in the Cordillera Ranch. Boom. Got it. And with more to come, so stay tuned. Beer, wine, liquor, cigars. Actually, I think the owner of a Texas Cheer Liquor is going to come and celebrate with us as we celebrate our 14th anniversary at ESPN SA. He let me know last night he's going to go. I'll probably be up there about 4 o'clock, AD, if you're listening, somewhere in there, about 4 o'clock. So, Texas Cheer Liquor, beer, wine, liquor, cigars kept at the proper temperatures, because we can't be selling people stale cigars. That's no good if we're going to be promoting it. So, I always go by and make sure humidors are on point, and they are always on point. Don't forget, there's the Texas Cheer Liquor app. There's the TexasCheerLiquor.com. There's delivery. There's curbside. They do it all. They do whatever they can to make your visit convenient. And also, you do not see something that you want, let them know. Don't be shy. Don't bite your tongue. Closed mouth doesn't get drunk. Let them know. And if you can't, closed mouth don't get drunk. So if there's something that you want and they don't have it, let them know. They'll get it in for you as soon as possible, if they can, if possible. So they have it all, top shelf, bottom shelf, in between, low end, high end, whatever the case may be, whatever your choice your palate may make, they got it for you. So 5 locations, 6, 7, and 8 probably on the way shortly. Go check out the app and go browse the website at TexasCheerLiquor.com.
Come on, you gloomy guy. There's no reason to be sad. The NFL isn't over. It's just starting.
Hey, listen up.
Dry those eyes, blow your nose, and pay attention. There's tons of football on the way. Free agency, retirements, trades, the combine, the draft, OTAs, mini camps, injuries, training camp, and a whole lot more. Cheer up. There's a lot of NFL, and we're on top of all of it. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
The Roo Pub is the best place to watch a game. Football, basketball, the big fights, they have them on at the Roo on their 3 massive 170-inch laser screens and TVs all around. Come hungry, the food is fantastic, and the kitchen is open until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole, and weekday happy hour from 11 to 6. For lunch, dinner, or late at night, and the best place to watch a game, get into the Roo Pub at 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
I'm with Dr. Jason Garrett of Arasti. Dr. Garrett, we talk about the number of visits that it ordinarily takes to get better. Explain to me why Arasti is so good and so quick at resolving pain.
Well, for one thing, our last 750 to 800,000 cases, injuries that we've treated, we averaged 3.2 visits with a 90% completely resolved rate. The reason we're able to do this, we spend a lot of quality time with the patient, do all the appropriate testing, and then deliver a really specific manual therapy and active care, 2 of the most evidence-based things you can do for a patient to get them better. And we also do a really good job of educating our patients to be an active participant in the recovery process, because if they understand what caused their injury, what we did to make it better, and how they're going to keep it that way, their outcome is much, much better.
You talk about training the patient to react to the injury and protect themselves from future injuries. Is that why so many of your patients recommend it to friends and family?
That's a really good point. We have a 99.6% recommended to friends and family percentage, which I don't think mother's love is quite that high. Or would you like to make more money? We've checked on the statistics. We can't find a statistic actually higher than that.
Dr. Jason Garrett of Arasti. Now, you go to make the visit. I know that there is a thorough clinical evaluation. What is involved there?
So we're going to go through functional, range of motion, orthopedic, neurologic testing after doing a really detailed evaluation from a history standpoint. The most important part of that is once we rule out any things we shouldn't treat, fractures, tears, other conditions that can mimic some of this pain, then what we're going to do is do a really, really good functional test to find out what you can and can't do. And then during the treatment, we're going to treat you and retest to find out if we made you better or not. And by the end of it, you should know 100% chance you're in the right place.
Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Check out the website, Arasti.com, AIRROSTI.com. The number to remember, 1-800-404-6050. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. You and your friend both look over at each other, and then he puts his head back out the window. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
The minute you step behind the wheel of an all-new Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, you'll know it was made to make a statement, because it's a beast. Equipped with a 437-horsepower iForce Max hybrid engine made for making power moves. Plus, available cockpit-red interior with a technical camo pattern made to deliver a red carpet-like experience. Not to mention an in-grille LED light bar made to make you stand out from the crowd. The all-new Tundra TRD Pro, made to make a statement. Toyota, let's go places.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
R&R in the morning, a third hour.
Yep.
Happy Thursday to you.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday. Happy Small Friday, as I like to call it.
Good morning.
And happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us. We're celebrating today. Head out to the Roo Pub. Starting at noon, we'll be live for the rest of the day, basically. Noon to 2, Michael Jimenez will be sitting comfortably in the Roo Pub dining area. Go and join him. Lunch will be spectacular there. Can't get over there during the day. Head over there at 4. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, and the Blitz will be broadcasting live, and the party will carry after that. It's always fun out at the Roo Pub. And we're celebrating the right way. Folks with Miller Lite are going to be out there with us. Got lots of swag to give away, prizes to be had, attaboys to be given, and a birthday to be had. We are 14 years old. Got a quince next year.
Yeah, next year's the quince. Got to book the venue.
I
have a real quince next year.
Yeah, you're about to say you're headed toward one.
Yeah, so my wife just told me, like, we have to start saving and planning and making deposits. I'm like, she's not even doing her homework on time. Are we doing this?
I never will be the king of my castle.
Me either.
No, you are. You are the king of your castle. If you've got daughters, you are the king.
Got you.
I'll never be that. But I never had to pay for a wedding or a quince either. So I don't know how you can put a monetary value on the greatness of, oh, daddy, and having all that love. I never got that. But I've rented a lot of tuxedos.
For weddings?
For weddings and quinces, but I've never had to buy a dress. It was only worn once.
You don't own a tux?
I do, but for my boys, I wasn't buying them a tux until they were full grown. I didn't.
Yeah, because
why
buy a tux and you're going to grow out of it?
All the quinces I've been a part of, I'll never truly be a part of one. So I'm not jealous, but I'm jealous.
Don't be. It's like planning a small wedding.
We make jokes around here, and I'm not the only one.
About what?
About, when you're with a group and you're all on a group text message and you get the text from everyone and it comes in green.
Yeah, we got one green guy.
And it's normally just one. But if you're an Apple type and you're not aware, all your text between Apple types are always blue. And anything on an Android system comes in on green, whether it's Samsung or Google or whatever operating system, it doesn't come in on blue.
Right. No matter how many, it could be 12 iPhones and then one Android comes in and the whole conversation is now Hulk green.
Who's the green guy?
We have one green guy.
We do. And it's James.
You're welcome.
Jarrett Allen was the lone green guy with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they forced him to go get an iPhone because no one wanted to look at that green. And I had even read an article this week that the consortium of Android phone producers have gone to Apple and said, will you stop this? You're creating a class system. Why do we have to not be green and you guys be blue? Why can't we all be the same color? Because this is a thing that is truly happening. Jarrett Allen had to go get an iPhone because his boy said, we don't want to look at green anymore. And if we wanted to airdrop or do whatever else, we can't do that with you either.
The thing about it is, man, it's so bad. I've seen me where are like, oh, I went out on a date with them. You know, we met on 10, went on a date with them. Next thing you know, he texts me, it's green.
Like,
and I let him go. Like, that's insane to me. Like, it's not that serious.
See, I feel personally attacked by this story.
You should. We're talking about
I've been on both sides.
Because this is not cool. Like, y'all are making Jarrett Allen, like the Cavs are basically a communist regime forcing him to succumb to what everybody else.
No, I would call that a democracy.
That is not a democracy.
No, but really think about it. Like, yo, man, I didn't know y'all were going to go.
That is not the land of the free.
I didn't know y'all were going to have a steak. We'll get an iPhone.
Get an iPhone and you'll be on the message.
Get an iPhone and you'll be in the
Here's
message.
the thing. I learned at All-Star Weekend, Jarrett Allen doesn't care about going to get a steak.
No, he doesn't. Jarrett Allen
He'll cook his own at home.
Jarrett Allen got some Tim Duncan in him.
Jared's got,
he got some Timmy in him. Like, man, I'm not worried about my outfit and no $5,000 chain. Which $5,000? You can't get a chain for $5,000. Not a good one.
No.
So,
but he's got an iPhone.
He ain't got that iPhone though. Like, dude, that's bullying. It's low key bullying. Like, we're not gonna allow you in our group until you go get the phone we have.
But
that's a form of bullying.
Can we agree that maybe this is a bad idea? That we are creating distinctions where we shouldn't, where we can find a way to unify ourselves. We should all be the same color.
We're unified on all fronts as Americans, and there's already so much division already happening. Why are we adding one more thing to divide ourselves?
One more way to separate us from them, because we all know green guys are stupid.
Damn, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, I did bump my head this morning.
You did bump your head this morning.
Our green guy came to work with a 2-inch gash on his forehead.
Yeah, green is weird, but they are a better phone.
But they don't. It doesn't matter.
What's with the hate for green? Green's such a good thing. I love catching green lights. Why the hate for the green?
I don't know.
Money's green.
Money's green. I like that.
Did you get a distinction? Like when you get a text from me, is it a different?
I get a distinction.
What color do I come in?
You don't come in as a color, but when you do your loved comment, I don't get the reaction. I get quote loved. And then whatever the text was.
When you do that too.
You don't get the
heart. Don't get the heart.
I don't get the heart.
He gets the loved.
I get a full-on transcription of quote loved the entire text.
So you're getting it, but it's not the same. So it's like
I know you're doing it. It's just a very long form way of doing it.
It's like a tortilla heated up in a microwave versus the stove.
Yeah.
The stove is much better. Microwave tortilla just isn't the same. So you get it, but you don't get the real feel when I love or
it's
laugh.
not like Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah. You got to warm. You got microwave tortillas. That's what the Android is.
Microwave tortilla is good for about 5 seconds. You about to eat it right then.
You got to put it on the stove and you got to flip it with your fingers.
Are you a finger flipper?
Yes.
Are you do you have a gas grill or do you have electric?
Electric.
Okay, if you have gas, for those that have gas, do you just throw your tortilla over the gas and flip it with your hands?
You should,
putting a pan down.
Here's the thing, too. I put up with y'all as an Android user, being iPhone users. Y'all don't understand.
No, we put up with you.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around.
I don't think you understand the difficulty when y'all do something for me that I have to go through to then have that happen. Like, let's say y'all are out at Media Row. and you record an interview on your phone and you send it to me in an email, right? It is in an MP3 format like I would on my Android, to where I can just easily download and start cutting it up. Instead, I have to live time record the entire length of whatever you sent me just to have it to save to a file to then where I can then edit.
That's brutal.
Well, that's why you're a green guy. I'm a blue guy. I don't have to do that.
I couldn't do it.
You're a green guy. You got to do extra work. That's just part of the thing, you know. If you're a blue guy,
admitted that you loved Androids back when you had.
I know. I've been peer pressured. I'll be the first to admit that I have drunk the Kool-Aid. I take the blue pill, and the fact of the matter is, I am so enthralled with the foldable screen with the new Samsungs that I could open that thing up and it would be a veritable iPad. That I'm pretty close to being the green guy, and that's why I'm advocating for equality.
Come back.
Equality. We should all be purple.
One time I was gonna switch one time, and the guy at the store was like, "If you've never had an Android, this is going to feel so weird to you. Are you sure you want to do this?"
As intuitive.
And he talked me out of it, and so I stayed iPhone because I mean we're having fun with it. I don't really care, but I just want to be able to use it. But Android is totally different. Camera is way better though. As I'm about to return to sender those shoes I sold you. I didn't know you were a green bubble.
He is.
Send them back, Siberian Sneaks.
They're not all bad people.
No, they're not. They're good people.
Some of them are trying. Others, they deserve the green, and we don't even want them in the blue club.
Rob, is your phone on nighttime or white screen?
I like the black screen, and I don't have it set for 24 hours, and it's still on the white screen in the mornings, and it's disconcerting to me. When I open up Twitter and it's white screen instead of black, I don't know. I quite frankly, I don't know how to adjust the hours. At some point, somebody showed me that I could make it the black screen 24/7, and I'm down. But evidently, there's 3 hours, noon to 3 a.m. or whatever, that goes back to white. I don't know. It's a clock thing on my phone.
Old geezers like you and I, Rob, use our iPhone to about 3% of its capacity.
Oh, absolutely.
There's like 97% that you and I, Rob, we haven't even gotten into.
The crazy thing is, of course, when I go buy a phone, I overbuy. Like I'm not going to be of by storage. So what's the most storage
that
I
have
can
the
get?
256.
So I buy, and when I go sell them, I've used like 8% of the storage. Yeah. But I'm so worried that I'll run out of that 92% that I overpay for years to have all this space. And never, not once have I ever had to delete a picture to download another one. Not once.
Never.
In the history of my phone number, because I'm too afraid of not having enough memory, and I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm getting cloud messages that I'm running out of storage.
Oh, I'm not. I got videos. I got stuff. I got things saved to the cloud.
I didn't ask you. Okay, Mr. Droid.
Mr. Green jeans.
Mr. Screw Up the Text. At first, I thought it was Joe. I was like, how dare he come over?
He's got one too.
He has an iPhone.
No, he's got 2 phones.
Oh.
He's got a new
phone. You can say that on air. Everybody might not.
He gets to retire that phone. By the way, our Joe Reinagle will have his last broadcast doing the sports on Monday night.
I wonder if he's regretting it yet.
Oh, I'm sure he regrets it. No, I'm sure he is very, very happy. But make it a point of tuning in on Monday night, and you can talk to him tonight if you want to meet him in person. He'll be live out at the Rue Pub with Jason Minix as we celebrate our birthday party. He'll be having some fun, and then tomorrow, out at the Home and Garden Show, you'll be sitting in with him. So you want to come by and say howdy?
Be my first time doing the show with Joe.
Have you ever been to the Home and Garden Show?
No.
Oh.
Is it cool?
Yes, it's cool. You ever been to like the knife show? You've ever watched a guy?
No knife, no gun, no. I've only been to a car show.
Well, the knife thing
was fun.
Where they do the cooking and they have the microphone on and you watch them cook and then you buy the wares, whether it be, I love those things. You'll be out there tomorrow.
Yes. 4 to 7, or you got us good going out of 6.
We're running out of time for headlines. So
Are we?
Let's dive in.
You want to get into the headlines?
Yes.
Why? We got a couple minutes. Let's do this.
Of course.
Don't let the scarred producer foil you. He's got them put together.
I do.
Let's do the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
All right, we'll start things off in Major League Baseball as
or 2.
things going crazy. We'll start things off in Major League Baseball, where talks between the league and the Players Association are running out of time. The two sides have until Monday to come to an agreement face the possibility of missing games, in which the league has stated they will not make up games this season if it doesn't start on time.
So that's a threat from ownership saying you're going to lose paychecks. You're going to lose game checks.
And yeah.
Do you still feel comfortable you get a full season in? As we sit on Thursday, they got to have a deal done by Friday. By Monday, I'm sorry.
I'm starting to lose faith. I mean, the days keep rolling and I just keep getting bad news. Like I haven't heard one report yet where they've gained traction. You know, forget even being close. Forget it, like, oh, they're close. I haven't even heard them say there's been a positive meeting.
They've gone opposite directions, in fact.
Well, and what they have settled on, I can't even understand it. They're talking about stuff that 20% 30-year players binding arbitration that from 80 to 20 and less than that. I'm like, if y'all are stalled on this third-year rookie league type deals,
right?
If you got to get everything done by Monday for the real money issues, you're a long way away. Maybe there's the public negotiation where they're showing us we're having trouble with this, and then there's the real stuff going on behind the scenes,
right?
Where the little stuff will make it look scary. The hard stuff, if they can get that out of the way, it'll fall. I'm starting to doubt it, though.
I think besides the paychecks, though, everybody can agree a shorter baseball season is good for everyone.
Except the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, of course. Of course, I'm just talking about it's
owners
from a fan,
and TV.
From a fan aspect, it's like when the NBA started at Christmas. Everybody loved it. I mean, the owners hated it, but for us, it was like, okay, this is more doable than having to try to sit around and follow 80 games.
But TV also hates it.
Yeah, no, TV, owners, players.
The difference between
sponsors,
between baseball and the rest is baseball owners will fold.
Yeah.
Far quicker than NFL. And
NFL owners would sit out 2 years before they give in to players.
There ain't nowhere for you to go.
They just choke you out because they know the special teams guy needs his check. So they just sit there.
So if any league will start on time with this kind of negotiations, it would be baseball, because you can see baseball owners going, we're already filthy rich.
Right.
You know, we're already making money hand over fist. So let's just do it one more time. So I wouldn't be surprised, though. I don't think we're going to get it. Moving on.
Headline 1.
Colin Kaepernick initiative to offer free autopsies for police-related deaths. The initiative collaborates with a panel of board-certified forensic pathologists who perform autopsies to disclose preliminary findings and issue final reports for requesting families. Quote, "We know that the prison industrial complex, which includes police and policing, strives to protect and serve its interests at all costs," Kaepernick said. The autopsy initiative is one important step towards ensuring that family members have access to accurate and forensically verifiable information about the cause of death of their loved one in their time of need, end quote.
Sad we need it, but
good for Cap.
Yeah, this seems to make sense.
Doing what he says he's going to do.
Just like the Innocence Project that does some things with DNA and doing some things to get people off. Yeah, I think it's sad that we need it, but I do believe that he's correct, that in many instances, I don't like the term that he uses, but they're going to, you protect your own. So let's hope it works and continues to work, and hope we don't need it later. Moving on, though.
Headline 0.
I wonder how much that costs.
Probably imagine it's not cheap.
Yeah.
New York Knicks Kemba Walker agree he'll be sidelined for the rest of the season, according to sources in a statement released by the team. Knicks president of basketball operations Leon Rose said, "We fully support Kemba's decision to shut it down for the remainder of the season and use this time to prepare for next season. His long-term success on the court remains our priority." The 31-year-old Walker signed a 2-year deal with the Knicks after an August buyout with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but the partnership became fraught with starts and stops, which ultimately led to the organization collaborating with his agents of XL Sports on a plan for Walker across the Knicks' final 23 regular season games.
Disaster. The entire Knicks organization, top to bottom, other than Obi Toppin winning the slam dunk contest.
Even that caught some ire.
You see what I'm saying? So you come off a playoff. You haven't been to playoffs in years. You go to playoffs last year, and then next year you just go total opposite direction. Now this Kemba Walker situation, you were using him when COVID hit you. Like, oh, you had already told him he was going to sit the year. Then COVID runs through the locker room rampant, and you bring him back. And now it's like, okay, now go back to the bench again for the last 23 games. Whatever.
We're blaming the Knicks and the Rockets for paying guys to sit. The Spurs have done it too. Damari Carroll. I mean, we're not.
Gasol was gone when we were still paying him.
Thaddeus Young. Shoot, that guy landed here and is an obvious starter. Didn't get a lot of minutes. So there are guys that are getting overpaid and they're landing in bad situations. But when you talk about this, that literally you're just coming out and saying, you know what? We don't even need him on the bench. We don't even need. We're going to go home, pick up your checks on Tuesdays, but you can't come back here. There's got to be a fix to that. Because we've talked about this earlier. I know for a fact that Kemba Walker can help a team win a title. I know for a fact that John Wall could help a team win a title. Maybe not as a starter, maybe not as what they were, but the fact that this is a talent that we've got talent that is being hidden, and the only reason they're being paid is to keep them away from other guys, and that's the strategy of this, while your team continues to sink. This is a byproduct of something, an unintended consequence of big contracts. So we've got to find a way out of this.
Unintended consequence. Perfectly said.
The world would be better if we could watch John Wall play tomorrow night. I don't care what team he's on. I'd like to be able to turn on a game and see Wall beat John Wall. And I don't get to do that, and I won't get to do it anytime soon, it doesn't look like. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Everybody wants to dunk on Rudy Gobert.
Including me.
Get yourself on a poster. But is it more about being Rudy and not this Rudy, not our star Rudy, but the Rudiness that is Rudy Gobert that started the COVID outbreak? Or at least appeared to try. Who else are we rooting against? Eli Apple's been an easy candidate this week. He's been the subject of a lot of memes, but he had receipts. I mean, we didn't like him beforehand. Who do you want to see get smoked and embarrassed on national television? We'll talk about that next. Don't forget, make your plans for lunch today. Head over to the Rue Pub. We're celebrating appropriately our 14th birthday, and Michael and Minnis will be live out at the Rue Pub. Have lunch with Mike. Have a pre-dinner beer with us, 4 to 7, as Rudy and I will be out there with Joe and Jason. Hey, it's going to be a great day at the Rue Pub, and we want you with us. More to talk about. Stay here. You're on R&R in the morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. I want to talk to you real quickly about your teeth. Dr. Mark Habercorn, River City Oral Maxillofacial Surgery, or OMS to those who call him a friend. See, River City Oral Surgery and Dr. Habercorn specialize in taking care of your teeth and tooth removal and dental implant surgery. And they're very, very good at it. Dr. Habercorn, he's a doctor, a dentist, and an oral surgeon. His practice is here in San Antonio. He's not a fly around, fly into another city, do some work, disappear, come back kind of stuff. He's there from the very beginning to the end. If you're dealing with a toothache that needs to be removed now, and you know who you are, those of us that have had filling after filling after filling and are just hanging on to what was left of a tooth, you're just waiting for it to blow up and pain to start again. While you wait, you can have a tooth pulled and an implant put in no time, and Dr. Habercorn is an expert at that. He treats patients of all ages for everything from a toothache to wisdom teeth removal and dental implants. That's what they do, and they do it very, very well. It's how they do it that I want to talk about. See, Habercorn, being a specialist in his field, is not a specialist with dealing with insurance companies. They encumber his practice. He is able to offer you top-flight care without accepting insurances. I'll say it again. He doesn't take insurance. He has a price list on his website at rivercityoms.com. You want to see how much it is to have a tooth removed, 2 teeth removed, wisdom teeth removed, top jaw, bottom jaw, implants? It's all there. And there's no additions. It's not like you're buying you're going to get upsold. You want a more comfortable chair at $50 more bucks. No, it's not that. The cost is the cost. They don't accept insurance. They do offer financing, and they will kind of help you file insurance. But the fact of the matter is you don't need it, because 9 times out of 10, they will be cheaper than the other surgeons and dentists around town that are taking insurance. The number you need to find out exactly what it'll cost you is 210-778-0002. So if you're dealing with a toothache, if it's time to have your wisdom teeth out, or with that brand new spending account. Or you're waiting for that explosion. You're waiting for that tooth to finally get so inflamed. Why wait? Get it taken care of now, and you can go ahead and start the process to having an implant included. Top jaw, bottom jaw, full jaw dental implants. The price is on the website. So whether you need a tooth taken out of dental implants or major facial surgery, I want you to call Dr. Havercorn today, right now, at 210-778-0002. I want you to go to the website, rivercityoms.com. Do your due diligence. You will find out what I know. There's no better place to go to have your teeth removed at a better price with a better surgeon than Dr. Havercorn at River City OMS. Call him today, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys are expected to hire Tennessee State linebackers coach Joe Bowden. According to reports, Bowden played 9 seasons in the NFL, his last in 2000 with the Cowboys. He began his coaching career at Central Oklahoma in 2006 and has spent 5 seasons coaching the NFL. In college basketball, the 20th ranked Texas Longhorns beat the TCU Horned Frogs 75-66 behind Andrew Jones' 21 points, his third straight 20-point performance. Chris Beard has Texas at 20-8 on the season, their first 20-win season since 2016. The Texas State Bobcats beat South Alabama 55-52, improving to 20-6, leading the Sun Belt at 11-3. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Rudy J.
Do you love your garage? Can you get your cars and the kids' bikes in? Jason Minix here for Garageization, your garage storage solution. With a variety of shelving, overhead racks, slat walls, and closed cabinet options, Garageization can make your garage functional for the entire family. Call 210-664-4494 and have them give you a free customized plan for your family's needs. For over a decade, Garageization has helped people love their garage. Learn more online at GarageOrganizationSanAntonio.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. If you're having to rework your office, let Hill Electric design your socially distanced space to ensure each workstation has the proper electrical needs. For over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. There is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that non-contact thermometers are not accurate. They also have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
If I'm going to work from my home office, I need my home office to work for me.
It's possible at Staples. To be most productive, my home office needs to have everything my office has. Also possible because your local Staples store has the tools your business needs to get work done from home. And right now, you can save up to 40% on select chairs to put the finishing touch on your home office. Explore what's new at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 2/26. In-store only while supplies last.
TrackPhone wants to know, are you an influencer? A big live streamer? No? Then guess what? You don't need an endless data plan. Get just the right amount of data with TrackPhone's $40 unlimited talk and text smartphone plan. Now with 8 gigs of high-speed data in unlimited carryover on America's largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. Get the data you need at the price you want. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. 5G compatible device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at trackphone.com.
A double shot of energy in the AM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's R&R.
Rest and relaxation.
Almost there. The Thursday edition. Hey, it's birthday. We're celebrating today. Come and join us at Root
Yes,
Pub.
sir.
Say hi to Greg Shelton. He's back from vacation. You get to work early.
Uh-huh.
And you send emails. It's just part of the business, right? And
Right.
I'm sending emails on my work day.
Okay.
And my work day starts early.
Very early.
I don't expect you to read the emails that I send to you at 5 a.m., but I'm going to go ahead and send them out because that's when my workday begins. It's much like somebody who works on the East Coast, sending an email to somebody on the West Coast is going to be a 3-hour difference. So if you work with me, pretend like I live in California in a lot of ways. And that way you won't get mad at me when you get an email like that. Who do you want to dunk on? What are the professional athletes that you're actively rooting against, that you want to see them fail? The wrestling heel, the ones that you not only want to see them fail, but maybe fail in a way that we can laugh at for years. Rudy Gobert is the player voted most NBA players want to dunk on. It's a point of pride. He's the defensive player of the year, and it looks really good on a poster.
I think guys go hard against Steph, whether that be trying to shut him down or whether that be trying to give him 40. Of course, LeBron.
I think you go hard for LeBron for.
You want to embarrass LeBron if possible.
Do you want to embarrass him or you're just trying to make your bones? I think there's two different things here. I don't think you want to embarrass LeBron because he's LeBron, but I do think you want to make your bones. You want to be known.
I don't particularly care. I would like to strike Bryce Harper out 4 times. I like to make Bryce Harper go for the collar. Bryce sometimes rubs me the wrong way.
Arrogance. I actively root against Kawhi Leonard, and I want to see him embarrassed on the court.
What did he do to you?
He left me high and dry.
Don't be Kanye. Don't be Kanye. See, you acted like Kanye.
I am. I actively root against Kawhi. I actively want him to lose in painful and awful ways. I don't want him injured, but I want him hurt. I want him limping, but I want him playing. But I want him embarrassed. I want him humiliated. Eli Apple has stirred up those kind of feelings. People are reveling in the failure because he has been kind of a jerk.
Oh, did you see the Chiefs tweeting after the Super Bowl? The Chiefs were tweeting like they won the Super Bowl toward Eli Apple.
Some guys you root against. Who else? 656-3776. 656 ESPN.
Tony Stark. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Kawhi is the easiest for me.
I used to hate Vlade. I used to hate Vlade Divac. I used to like watching Vlade get embarrassed.
Why did you hate Vlade?
Flopping.
No, there was that.
Crying.
Then we got Manu, and I liked it.
Ain't that funny how that works? Ain't that funny how that works? James Harden, oh, well, look at this guy. Manu, no problem.
You want to run sideways, shoot a 3? Go ahead.
You know what?
There used to be,
there used
to be bad guys. There's not as many anymore.
I'm finding out I might not be much of a hater.
Well,
because I don't hate that many people.
Let's go back in the pantheon of people to hate. Name a Detroit Piston that you did not want to see humiliated at some point. Bill Laimbeer, to this day, always felt like if I saw you crossing the street, I'd hit you with my car.
I couldn't stand him. I didn't really care for De La Hoya. I know a lot of people like that with Floyd. Like half of Floyd's pay-per-view were people praying he got knocked out.
I think I root against. I do think that Mayweather has my anti-vote. I vote with my dollars to see him get pasted, and it hasn't happened yet. Jake Paul, I want him beat.
You want the Logan Paul brothers beat.
Somebody beat him. I will pay money to watch you batter him.
I don't care for Conor. I wouldn't mind. I like watching Conor get beat up.
Yeah, but I've seen that.
No, twice. I know. That's what I'm saying. When I saw, but it was.
But you're right.
Yeah,
I was happy to see him down. A football player that you go, other than Eli, there's not a lot. It was Tom Brady for a long time for me that I reveled in his failure. I don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, there's nobody out there that I truly, truly dislike. Like the Cowboys have that effect on a lot of people. Like people, again, your team can get beat 42-0. But come 3 o'clock if the Cowboys lose, all is well.
True.
It's not like that for me. I'm just.
Aaron Rodgers is getting to be a guy.
No,
that I'm
Aaron is there.
I've never yet rooted against him because I appreciate the skill, but I'm getting to the point I can't get past him.
So you didn't hate Joe Montana? You didn't hate
No,
Phil Simms?
because Joe was never cocky. I didn't like Phil Simms because he was a Giant, but I never thought the reason that the Cowboys were losing to the Giants was Phil Simms. So I didn't have a reason. Like Lawrence Taylor, I hated that cat, but he backed it up.
Kobe?
I hated Kobe, but it was a hatred out of absolute respect. I knew if there was any weakness, he would capitalize on it. I wanted him beaten, not so much because I wanted him embarrassed. I just wanted him out of the way.
You didn't like him.
I didn't like him.
A lot of people didn't like. It's okay to say we're talking about when he was alive. Everybody has a respect for the dead, obviously. But when he was alive, like forget the court. Like a lot of people just didn't like Kobe.
It was all the Mamba mentality rubbed me the wrong way.
It's like I work harder than you.
Yes, all of that as a Spur fan and as a Laker hater from long before Kobe ever put on the yellow and purple.
Right.
Kobe was the anti-hero. I just rooted it actively against him because of the whole Lakerness and Kobe-ness. Now, I certainly feared and respected him. I never disliked him in that way, but I hated him. Yeah, but it wasn't. I didn't want him embarrassed. I just wanted him out of the way.
I couldn't stand Teddy Bruschi. I hated him because I felt like it was like, dude, you're really not that good. Your coach just puts you in the perfect spots. And he really ran around like he was Urlacher or Ray Lewis. Like, bro, stop. You're in the best system of all time.
We've got a new candidate that could be a gift that gives for years.
We need bad guys, Rob.
Well,
Nobody
Kyler
plays
Murray,
the bad guy anymore.
Kyler Murray could be that gift because he's so good at what he does. He backs it up a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And he might be on a team that can, make some hay and make a little bit more. But right now, I think Kyler Murray is a candidate to be a guy that I actively and continually root against.
You don't mind seeing him get beat 32-3.
No, and I want him to throw 3 interceptions while he does it.
Yeah, but he won't take fault for it.
No, but I will know.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I want that to happen to him. Baker Mayfield seems to be a polarizing type that I think that there are some people actively rooting for him to not only fail, but look like the guy who threw the interception and then dislocated his shoulder and ruined the season.
Some people close to the game, not in the game, that I'm like, gosh, y'all are hard on these people. Mahomes' wife and brother.
Oh, yeah. They're dunking all over them.
Dude, people can't stand them.
Like,
what did they do?
I can see the brother, too.
What did he do? Like, he's enjoying his brother's money, as we all would.
Sure, but
what did he do?
He is also burning bridges as he does it in terms of using his so-called celebrity against restaurants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he kind of doxed a restaurant for poor service. Everybody's like, well, who the hell are you? Just because you're Pat Mahomes' brother doesn't mean you get to do all that.
Because he can't get the table he wants.
For those that didn't see, last week, Pat and his lovely wifestress, fiance, they're not married, right? Baby mama too, were out at a tech game.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess one of his advisors said, you need to look a little happier when you're on camera. And he turned to his wife and said, you need to kind of cheer up. And she turned and made a face like Patrick just got on me and made some, that wasn't a good look. But every wife has done that to their husband at some point when you're like, honey, act right. And they're like, yeah, I'll show you act right.
Yeah, see, I can't.
As a Bears fan, I think I have one that you have.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure you probably did not think very fondly of Jay Cutler during his time in Chicago.
But did you root? You didn't actively root for failure. You just kind of enjoyed the failure.
But a lot of people did.
I did because I wanted him to go away. And then after he quit playing and he
smoking Jay Cutler.
Yeah, and then after he played and you saw his Twitter activity and stuff, you're like, oh, I knew I didn't like you for a certain reason. I could not stand it. Oh, Phillip is a guy people hated because Phillip was talking noise to the linemen. Phillip was definitely one of those guys.
But I didn't root against him. You
didn't root against Phillip Rivers? No.
I don't have a problem if you're a talker. I appreciate the talk and the fact that he managed to be a world-class trash talker and not cuss. I think there's some worthiness to it. So I think that was That wasn't his personality. That was his way of playing. You know, he'd had to talk himself into being hyped. And I know guys like that. They had to talk to get themselves into games. I don't think he's necessarily a bad guy. I just think he was a bad guy on the court. He's trying to get under your skin, and I respect that. But I'm talking about guys that I root against because I don't think they're good guys. That just down low, down deep, that I just don't get along with you. I don't like you.
The home run king.
Oh, Barry.
Easy to root against.
Kurt Schilling as well.
Easy to root against. Actively looked forward to more blood in a sock. I wanted you hurting while you were throwing pitches.
Yeah. We could go on and on.
But I don't think there's as many now as there was then, because I think
everybody's
social media
good guys now, man. There's really not a lot of guys that I'm just like, I don't like seeing them play. I like everybody.
Well, that's you, Rudy. That's one of the great things about you. But I do think social media has allowed us to make two-dimensional characters three-dimensional, because those that are active, you kind of feel like you know them. And it's very difficult to hate somebody you know. Where it was easy for me to hate Bill Laimbeer because I only saw him in too small of shorts doing what he did.
After Karl Malone knocked Dave out?
I was never, but Karl was a guy, you know what? We'll go back to another one that I'll add to the list. I actively rooted for Karl Malone's failure.
You did? Yeah,
and
Karl.
I did not want Karl Malone to be successful on the court because he was a Utah Jazz. I didn't like him off the court. I didn't like anything he did from the moment he walked off Louisiana Tech's campus. I never was a fan of his. So no, that was in the old lore, but I might have liked him if he was on social media and I knew more about him.
I've got a current guy for you that I myself personally have actively rooted against, from his time at Nebraska to his time with the Lions to this very day.
I'm trying to figure.
Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah,
I like Ndamukong Suh.
He's a bad guy.
Is he?
I think he's a bad guy. You don't stomp somebody the way he stomped more than once, not being a good guy.
A lot of times.
And it's amazing the cat is still around, to be quite frank.
I can dig it.
Who do you dislike? Put it on the list. Hopefully you like us. Join us today. The Sports Star is going to be live out at the Rue Pub, starting at noon and going all the way to 7 and well beyond that. All the talent will circle around there. We want you to come out and join us. We don't need a present. We just want your presence. Be there at noon, be there at 4, but be there. We'll put a bow on the show and look forward to a full day of Sports Talk Radio. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. We all live down here in South Texas, and I don't care where you're listening, whether you're on a device or not. If you're in Texas and you are not using a water softener, well, you're just waiting for damage. And if you're using a water softener and you're not using a Kinetico, you might as well get it right now. And if you don't have one, get it right the first time and go get a Kinetico water system, because it is by far the very best. It's been voted the most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association, and that's just the beginning. The design is so simple that it does not even require electricity. There's no computer. There's nothing to plug in, no buttons to push, no timers to set. All you get is clean, soft water that will protect your appliances, that will keep the surfaces that the water hits cleaner. It will keep and make things last longer. Your skin will be softer. Your hair will be shinier. All things improve when you have a water softener. They're so comfortable in the fact that it's going to be perfect for you. They're offering, get this, you can try Kinetico for 90 days free of charge with no contract, because they know once they put it in your home that you're not going to go back, because it works. And if there's ever any issues, their warranty coverage is second to none. We want you to compare Kinetico's warranty to other water treatment products, and you won't find a more solid warranty in the industry. And be above and beyond that, you're working with a San Antonian who takes care of San Antonians. It's the water softener that Dame Ramsey uses. It should be yours. He says it's a wise investment. If he says it, you can take it to the bank. The number you need is 656-PURE, 656-PURE. Their website is KineticoSA.com. And when I say it, you know the jingle. KineticoSA.com. 50 to 80% more efficient than competing models. It's made in America. Listen to me. If you're getting a water softener, go Kinetico first. You won't have to ever change. If you don't have a water softener, you're unsure, go Kinetico first and have them put it in there for free. You get to decide for yourself. You'll leave it in there. It works. 656-PURE is the number. Give it a dial, get it in your house, and I know you'll thank me later.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. San Antonio Sports Star Drive to End Hunger is going on now through March 25th. Just go to sasportstar.com to give what you can, or just find drop-off locations. It's all presented by the Institute for Functional Health, Rambler Sparkling Water, Copenhagen Imports, and Airtron.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hello, this is Dr. Mark Havercorn of River City Oral Surgery. We're the practice that upset the industry by publishing all of our prices on our website, rivercityoms.com. We offer tooth extractions, wisdom tooth extractions, dental implants, all-in-4 dental implants for about 25% less than the competition, and all kinds of other face, mouth, and neck surgery. Why else should you come see us? Easy. Because we are easy to talk to, compassionate, and experienced. It's not impossible to get a hold of me. We'll call you back when we say we will. Unlike other places, dental surgeries are not the hardest surgeries I do. We do all-in-4 dental implant cases every week. I'm not sweating your case or pushing my limits. And if you have a complication somewhere else, you're probably going to be referred to an oral surgeon. So why not start with the expert? Call River City Oral Surgery and me, Dr. Havercorn, at 210-778-0002.
Jay Semenix here for River City Oral Surgery and Dr. Mark Havercorn. River City Oral Surgery is a full-scope oral surgery practice on 1604 near I-10 across from Top Golf. Call 210-778-0002 or go to rivercityoms.com.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you cooked on the grill or smoker, and you can win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market. Grilling with the Blitz. Online at sasportstar.com.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on halftime today at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's R&R. We hope you root for both of those R's. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. James Pledger trudges on with the damage to his forehead and fine looks. That's the things we go through here at San Antonio Sports Star. The effort that is required for you to adore him.
Are you sending them to the hospital or not?
I was reaching out to a couple of people like, hey, I think Pledge might need some stitches. You know somebody to go to. And one response was, he seems okay. I'm watching him on screen, and he seems to be fine. I don't think he needs them.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. You got that response? Wow.
I'm just trying to get my man taken care of. But a scar gives you distinctiveness.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. It's sexy.
It is. It gives you a story to tell. Now, when you tell the story, do not tell the real story.
Yeah. You're like, man,
it needs to involve. Yeah, it needs to involve protecting someone.
I got jumped.
Valor.
I took the first two out, then they blindsided me with the beer bottle.
Or some remarkable feat. You jumped off a cliff.
Yeah.
You were skiing. You were hella skiing, and you did something. It has to be
snowboard accident.
The bigger the scar, the better the story.
Yeah, snowboard. I rode with snowboard accident.
That would be a good one.
I was in the Alps.
Mm-hmm. Caught a rock.
The Alps.
I don't even know what the Alps are.
I came up with a couple more guys I've actively rooted against in my years. It was suggested, and Brian Bosworth, I actively.
Oh, yes.
I cheered against him. There was a long time that I cheered actively against the entire Miami Hurricane football program.
That's just
I wanted failure.
That's salty. That's salty. You watched that 30 for 30. See, everybody hated the Hurricane.
Right. It worked.
Because they were showboats.
Yeah. And they whooped your ass when they showed up.
Notre Dame.
I have an on. And I think there's a thread.
Hates Notre Dame.
And I think for most of us, there's an arrogance. I dislike arrogance for any reason, whether it's earned or not. I dislike anybody or any franchise that's arrogant. And I'll tell you what, with that, I understand why there is so much hatred for the Dallas Cowboys, because there is no more arrogant franchise anywhere in the world.
My God.
Than the Cowboys. So I actively root against unless I'm inside the friendly confines of those organizations.
But I think Yankees also goes on that list.
Yankees, but there is some. I have fallen at times on the Yankee bandwagon because when things heat up, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's New York.
It's New York. There's something about it. I have an easier time jumping on the Yankee bandwagon than the Mets.
I don't think Alex Rodriguez was ever loved despite being a Yankee.
People hated A-Rod.
Did you hate him?
No.
No, I never really.
I liked A-Rod. I had no problem with A-Rod.
Any athletes that you met that if anybody else knew what you knew, it might change people's perception, that you walked away going, I'm not sure about this cat now. I have one. It was Chris Mullin.
Really?
I had an opportunity to meet him, and it was a bad day. He was having a bad day.
Oh, okay. I was like, Chris seems like a great guy.
I had since met and been in situations where I was with him, and it wasn't quite the same. But there was a time before I was even in the media where I was a huge fan. We're about the same age, and I wanted to go up and talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
We had some friends in common, and he had no time for me.
Keith Sweat did me like that in Miami.
I got
Keith
one.
Sweat's not a good guy.
See?
Jason Minix.
Whoa.
George Strait hates Jason Minix.
Oh, I thought you meant Jason Minix is somebody everybody hates. I was like, damn.
George Strait hates him.
Really?
Why does George Strait hate Jason Minix?
You'll have to hear that story from him. Goes back to his days at KZEP, I think.
Oh.
That's not a good enemy to have. George is like the godfather. He makes one call, you disappear.
Fact. Good luck with that. How did that happen?
Jason's gonna have to tell you the story, but he is enemy number one, I think.
Tommy Lee.
Have you watched Tommy Lee Jones or Tommy Lee? I have watched the Tommy Lee and Pamela docudrama on Netflix. For those of you that have watched it, there's a scene that I will never be able to unsee. And it comes
that one.
Absolutely out of nowhere. And it is puppetry, the likes of which I did not think was possible. CGI has been taken into places we never thought it would go.
So is he Nick Foles? Is it true?
Does it involve a boat horn?
No, it involves a conversation. I'll leave it at that. I just now bringing it up, I have to visually see it again, and it is I'll just prepare you for it. Do you know what I'm talking about, Rudy?
I haven't watched it.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah, you told me.
You know what I'm talking about, James?
I don't. I haven't seen this yet.
Well, if it's true, the legend is in fact true. But there's again, I don't think I can quite get over that.
No, we're good.
And I don't even want to get into the description.
Yeah,
I can't even go there. But it was something that I didn't think I would see.
Is it something you'd see at a festival?
I want to thank everybody for hanging around with us. No, Probably. It was near that. Different kind of festival. Hey,
the Super Bowl is over, and you're thinking, crap, I gotta wait until September for more NFL.
Let's keep it going.
Au contraire, my friend. There's football out the squeaker.
Free agency.
Retirements.
Trades.
The combine.
The draft.
OTAs.
Mini camps.
Holdouts.
Arrest.
Injuries.
Training camp and more.
Football's not over. It's just starting. Stay connected on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
The Roo Pub is the best place to watch a game. Football, basketball, the big fights, they have them on at the Roo on their 3 massive 170-inch laser screens and TVs all around. Come hungry, the food is fantastic, and the kitchen is open until 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. The Roo Pub has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole and weekday happy hour from 11 to 6. For lunch, dinner, or late at night, and the best place to watch a game, get into the Roo Pub at 281 in Redmond Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The San Antonio Home and Garden Show is coming up February 25th through the 27th, and the Window Source of San Antonio would love to see you there. We'll be there hoping homeowners just like you get quality windows at the price you deserve. Come by our booth and mention ESPN, and we'll knock off an additional 5%. Isn't it time you let them old windows go? Call the Window Source of San Antonio right now, 210-880-3021. That's 210-880-3021. Come visit our showroom at 6800 Fairgrounds Parkway, or visit us at windowsourceofsa.com.
March Madness, where allegiances mean everything and fandom reigns supreme, where Cinderella teams dance with bracketbusters and perennial powerhouses. Your fire fuels their flight. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. The road to the Final Four goes through San Antonio, March 24th and 26th at the AT&T Center. Get your seats to the regional round today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
Hi, I'm Heisman Trophy winner Danny Warfel. In 2011, I was sidelined by a rare condition called Guillain-Barré syndrome that left me weak and unable to move for months. We know Zika can have devastating effects on pregnancy, including severe birth defects. But did you know Zika can also cause Guillain-Barré syndrome? The good news is there are simple steps you can take to protect yourself, your community, and the next generation from Zika. Learn more at cdc.gov/prevent Zika.
Welcome back to The Cat Show. Up next, we have Nico. Nico is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right. A group known especially for their sunspot sleeping, ball chasing, leg rubbing, and of course, companionship. Just look how she struts.
It's like she owns the place.
And see how she curls up and cuddles her person.
The pitch on her purring is simply perfect.
Nice one.
Fantastic cat. But really the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Nico is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. This is Sports Center.
I'm Christine Lisi with the latest on the biggest story this NFL offseason. The wait is nearly over for the Packers regarding a decision by quarterback Aaron Rodgers. League sources told ESPN's Diana Rossini Rodgers will be informing Green Bay of his decision soon. There are multiple teams with offers on the table for the four-time NFL MVP, but nothing can happen until the Packers allow a trade. Yesterday, GM Brian Gutekunst said there's no deadline for a decision from Rodgers, but the sooner the better because of the impact it'll have on other offseason moves. The QB's options: return to Green Bay, ask for a trade, or retire. Much more on this story coming up next on Greeny with Mike Greenberg. NBA returns from the All-Star break tonight. The Nets will be without the injured Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons against the Celtics. Guard Kyrie Irving can't play because of New York City's COVID-19 vaccine mandate.
From the ESPN studios at Pier 17 in the Seaport District of New York City, this is Greeny with Mike Greenberg on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and on ESPN Plus.
Back and better than ever, Greeny, presented by Progressive Insurance. Loaded up today, ladies and gents. It's go time in Green Bay. I can solve one NFL team's biggest problem. We're going to try to save the NBA. And as for baseball, I'm not sure they deserve to be saved. The hashtag crew is assembled. Let's do this. Here we go. Go.
Only one place to start.
All right, and the one place to start is my favorite place right here in our studio. We just wrapped up a spirited 2 hours on TV, and I am delighted that Bart, a.k.a. Bartholomew Scott, and Diana Rossini are good enough to hang out and spend a little extra time. Thank you both, guys. I always appreciate it.
Great to be here. If I had a more sophisticated name like Bartholomew, I think I'd have more credibility in this business.
Is Diana? It's not short for Diana's a full name, right? Diana's not short for anything.
I mean, I'm a full name because I'm Italian Catholic. So,
What is your full
Diana
name?
Giovanna Marie Rossini.
Diana
Giovanna Marie Rossini.
Oh, I like that
There's
a lot.
going on.
All right, fair enough.
All right, okay with you?
And
I like that.
She is in studio with the Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. And let's dive right into where you started us in outstanding fashion this morning, Diana, and that is with the tentacles. You said that the expectation is that we will get a Rodgers decision, an Aaron Rodgers decision, relatively soon. And with him, who knows? I mean, he sort of lives on his own time, but days, not weeks. But you then said there are quite a few tentacles to this story. Let's pick it up from there.
Yeah, so we'll start with Aaron's going to make this decision soon. He's going to inform the Green Bay Packers what his plans are here, whether he's going to return to be a Green Bay Packer or if he's going to request a trade. What would happen then? Let's say it's the latter. He requests a trade. The Packers would then have to, agree to it. And then if they were to find a team, that team would have to be in sync with what Aaron would want. You have to figure he probably has a list of teams that he would like to play for. I'm sure there's also a list that he would not like to. Then you have compensation. You have packages that need to be put together. bottom line here, Mike, is a lot has got to go into this if this trade were to happen.
Mhm.
And while teams are doing everything they can to get ready for this, and look, things can move fast at times, this could take a little bit longer than we think. But in terms of his decision, I was told that this is imminent.
Okay, because the combine is next week, and to be clear for anyone who doesn't know, the combine, the draft process thing in Indianapolis is where all the GMs go, all the scouts go, all the executives go, and all the agents go, and a lot of business generally gets conducted there. So it would behoove the Packers to have a sense of what they're doing when they get there. Bart, here's what I want to ask you. As one who played for a long time, and players know stuff the rest of us don't know.
Yep.
There's a school of thought. There are people out there who believe that Aaron Rodgers and the Broncos have known for over a year at this point that that's where he's going. And every action they, meaning Denver, has taken since the season ended points to that. They hired his offensive coordinator as the coach and all the rest of the things that they have done. So is it conceivable in your mind that when Rodgers says, I'm looking forward to making my decision, that one way or another, he doesn't already know what it is he's going to tell the Packers he wants?
Of course he knows, right? And
that's what I mean.
We
what
always,
the hell's he waiting for?
We always know, right? He's waiting for timing. He's drawing it out a little bit. When you talk about, the things that they made last year, the last dance and all the things that they put out there, listen, that was symbolism for really what he was feeling. And they probably came to this deal and listen, next year, I want to be able to have the opportunity to leave. I'm not sure. They tried to do everything that they could do to repair the relationship, and they were hoping that it would end with a Super Bowl to make it more difficult for Aaron Rodgers to leave. But I think, he knows, and players know, like, listen, the run here is over with. We got to address too many young contracts. We got to move too many things around. And I believe that he knows that he's going to leave. And I think the best destination, and sometimes being at a place for a long time, it just gets stale.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it with Tom Brady. We saw it with Peyton Manning. I know Peyton Manning was more for an injury. But at some point, you want to move on. You want to try something new. You want to, go into a different locker room. You want to kind of be around different guys. And when you look around the NFL, the Denver Broncos have one of the best rosters in the league, a league that is just missing a good quarterback to go next level. And, they have also the assets to be able to give up, because I believe if Green Bay wants to trade, they're going to need some players that can play right now, because that means Devontae Adams isn't going to be there. With that being said, that means that Alan Lazard is not under contract. That means that Scanlon isn't under contract. They don't have any receivers even under contract next year. So why not go to a place like Denver, who has a lot of receivers that have depth at that position, and then Aaron can say, okay, you can take maybe Sutton, you maybe can get Hamler. Okay, we got Jerry Jeudy out here, we got Noah Fant, outstanding tight end, and then do all that only to do what Tom Brady did and bring his guy Devontae Adams with him.
Right.
So maybe he can do that and orchestrate that, because right now Denver is all about championships. This is one of the proudest organizations. They have 3 titles underneath their and they're budding and have the team around them to go for a 4th one. They can do everything great. John Elway's done everything great other than be able to draft a quarterback. So he has to go get one, because listen, all those other guys did not work out.
Right. But what he did was recruited Peyton at the exact right moment. And Peyton came into Denver and had the best season in NFL history in his first year. And they did ultimately win a championship. And maybe Rodgers does the same. Greeny, Diana, and Bart, presented by Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com. It's really a fascinating setup we have here, Diana, because one of two things is going to happen. In the next, let's call it 2 weeks, the Green Bay Packers are either going to solidify themselves as the team to beat in the NFC, or they're going to be in the midst of a total rebuild, at the beginning of a total rebuild. That's what's at stake. I want to dive through a couple of other things we didn't get to on TV. Diana, I liked your take on Mitchell Trubisky today. I find him a fascinating person. In a world where Rodgers is Rodgers, but maybe Russell Wilson stays where he is, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo stays where he is, all these quarterbacks we've talked about moving, maybe they don't. Trubisky's an interesting piece. And you brought up his relationship with the Giants' new coach, Brian Daboll. It feels like a long time ago, but it really isn't. Mitchell Trubisky was a far more highly touted prospect than Daniel Jones was. He was the 2nd pick in a draft. So the idea that the Giants might go get Mitch Trubisky and that he would be their starting quarterback this year, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I think if anything, you're always going to want competition at the quarterback position anyway, right? And the Giants, I think we could say they're lukewarm on Daniel Jones. I still feel like we don't know the answer there. That's probably one of the biggest question marks. And it is difficult. I understand the position they're in because it is difficult to see because you see some talent there, you see some strength, but we've also unfortunately seen a lot of interceptions thrown and
a lot of fumbles, right? A lot of turnovers.
And injuries. And he's hurt.
Right, and injury. And that's why you have to get a viable backup. Mike Glennon was not the answer because we know that Daniel Jones also struggles with being available as well. So you want somebody that also your backup, you want him to be able to push your starter, but you also want him to be able to lead the offense, be comfortable within the offense. So you want somebody also that can be a mentor and a teacher to Daniel Jones as well.
But you're, to me, you're not even going the way I'm going. I think Mitch Trubisky is better than Daniel Jones. I think he's a better option right now.
Well, I don't.
He had 1 year. Mitch Trubisky's best year in the NFL was better than any year Daniel Jones has had.
Yeah, but he had a better supporting cast as well. Now, listen, I'm a Daniel Jones fan, but I'm also believe that Mitchell Trubisky can repair his career here. And I think if you look at Ryan Tannehill and what he did lurking behind Marcus Mariota, I think that, Mitchell Trubisky would see blood in the water as well. Saying, hey, if I can come here, the most popular person on any team is always the backup quarterback. If he can come in and they can get some type of RPO stuff with Saquon Barkley and be able to open the running game because he opens the running game as well. I know that Daniel Jones has shown that he can run with his legs as well, but Mitchell Trubisky is a little bit more athletic for the RPO game.
He's like a mini Josh Allen. Mitchell Trubisky is like a poor man's Josh Allen.
Yeah, no disrespect to Mitchell there, but and just,
Josh Allen's a very rich man.
Very rich, very good, and very big.
That's what I mean.
Very large man. But, with Mitchell Trubisky, just even, I don't think you should downplay even the comfort in the Dable system.
Yeah.
Just having that 1 year is such a big advantage, which I think we're going to see at camp. I think this is going to be one of those quarterback battles that could be really fun to watch because, what if Mitchell Trubisky comes out and lights it up?
Yeah, but it depends on what
the Giants going to have a problem there.
It depends on what you want, right? And listen, I think you put Daniel Jones in a position to say, hey, we giving you your position for your first 4 years. Now you have to go win it. You got to win it against a guy that really has the leg up on you because he knows the offense. But I think Daniel Jones still presents more of the football field because his arm talent is better as far as down the field.
Yeah.
I think he has a tremendous arm down the field. But if you're looking to live in the intermediate world, I think then, you go with Mitchell Trubisky. But if you think you want to be able to open up and be able to get big shots like Josh Allen using that big arm for, a receiver and Kadarius Toney, who I think is ready to go back. And let's see if Kenny Galladay can kind of be who they expect him to be. Yep. You're going to want somebody like Daniel Jones that can be able to deliver the football on a rope for 70 yards.
Greeny and Bartholomew and Diana here. Let's make this Straight Talk brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. A lot of this, to me, hinges on the Russell Wilson of it all. And we'll finish with this. Diana, what the people you talk to? I feel like I get a different story on this every single day. One day Russell Wilson's staying in Seattle. The next day he's definitely going to get sent someplace else. What are you hearing about Russell Wilson?
If it was a year ago, I swear I'd be like, Greeny, this ain't going to work. This is not going to work. But I feel like this relationship has been repaired.
Between him and Carroll.
Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Both sides were willing to move on last year. Right. We know the agent put out the names through Schefter, and even talks I had around the league and and with sources inside the Seattle Seahawks organization, it seemed like they were willing to take calls. They were picking up the phone.
So I don't know why they wouldn't take calls now. I mean, because listen, out here, in New York, we love Seattle, right? Because they're the gift that just keeps on giving. I mean, they give us another first-round draft pick for Jamal Adams as well. So I don't know how Seattle can close the gap on Arizona. I don't know how they close the gap on the 49ers. I don't know how they close the gap on the Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams with no draft equity and without the ability to really sign, free agents. Nobody's running out to go live in Seattle.
This is what happened last year when I was having conversations about trade, the Seahawks trading. It was who's going to be their quarterback. That was their biggest issue. I think they would have dealt him if they had an option. And they're stuck in a situation where they want to make that work. And I think Russell Wilson would be open to it, but it seems that he wants to make this work. I spoke with Tyler Lockett, one of his obviously top receivers, and he said, I expect Russell to be here. Like he said it very casually, very just,
Of course he does.
And look, we know it's a business and things can happen behind the scenes. Receivers are not going to have any play in that or hand in it. But I think that tells you a lot that the team thinks that's going to happen. I think if he didn't think that Russell Wilson was really going to be returning next year.
You never see it coming, right? Listen, revenge is the dish best served cold. And I think Russ wants to cook somewhere else because, listen, I think it just hasn't worked out. I don't see any scenario where Seattle is a real contender to win that division because every other team is within their prime with outside of the Los Angeles with a young quarterback, which allows you to put a lot of great pieces around. Listen, they got Dwayne Brown. He's an older player, right? I think that window's closed. They got to address Metcalf's contract in a minute. That defense is horrible. That's one of the worst defenses I've seen in years, and they can't really improve it because guess what? Jamal Adams still cost them another first-round draft pick, so they can't get any high-end talent. And it's not a lot of people that want to rush out to go live in Seattle. I can remember seeing, I forget one of the Tualoa, one of the linebackers out there, man. I went and we were playing him, and I saw him in the mall. And I was just like, hey, how you doing, man? I swear I wanted to give him the number to the suicide line, man. He was like, it's like this every day.
Yeah, I had the same conversation with a player there.
There's a place that's depressing to live there. So it's not like how do you improve it?
It's actually beautiful.
Yeah, 2 months out the year.
No, I
Okay,
feel
3.
like they sell it worse, so we don't move there.
I'm talking
look
from
where we live.
I'm
We're on top of each other.
I'm talking about talking to players there that played there. The dude was depressed. Looked like I wanted to give a hug. So
Seattle was once described as the pesto of cities by Jerry Seinfeld, and I think we will just sort of leave it at that. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. I appreciate both you guys. Thank you, Bart. We'll hear you, Bart and Hunt, coming up in a little less than 2 hours.
We got Baby Buddha with us, man. As Alan Hahn is out there getting some vitamin D or some sun. I'll be out there with Baby Buddha.
I love it. Chris Carlin will be here. Diana, always such a good to have you back from LA. Good to have your voice back. And obviously we'll have stories as we go.
Debatable.
Hey, tune into the ESPN Daily Podcast, bringing you a deep dive into a single story from one of our hundreds of reporters. It's presented by Supercuts. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Coming up, the first true words of baseball's labor dispute were spoken yesterday, and they bode very, very badly. And you will hear them next. I'm Greeny, and this is ESPN Radio.
From the NBA, we can't coexist on the court. Now I got to deal with the fans. To college.
Number 1 player in the country. He's skilled.
GJ and Max have the hardwood covered.
The dude is 6'10", can get to the rock.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. It all starts weekday mornings at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
O'Reilly. This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts.